Stop it.
All right. What's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85. Tonight, we're going to be discussing women in horror. And we have a guest, fellow YouTuber on with us tonight, Doomsday Crypt. John, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Good. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure most of viewers know you, but if you want to introduce yourself and your role in the horror community.
Well, I'm John with Doomsday's Crypt. Collector / put on tables and try to show off talent in the community, live streams, interviews. Got a Facebook group, try to let everybody share their stuff out and, be part of the horror community and do my part to try to help in any way I can. So, and I appreciate people like you both who look out for everybody else. It's a great community, and we got a pretty good team of us all together that do some pretty cool content.
Definitely. Aaron's here. He says, "What's up, Doomsday?"
Aaron P. I gotta get on. I don't see the comments here, and I don't have my other tablets working. And long story. I'm gonna pull up the stream on YouTube though. What's up, AP? I think his birthday is coming up. I saw him last night. And, another one of our friends, not horror, but gamer streaming. I know his birthday is coming up, so happy birthday.
I didn't know his birthday was coming up. He actually requested you to come on last week for us to reach out.
Early birthday
for a while. Yeah, I've known AP even before I really was Doomsday's Crypt. I know him from another mutual friend of ours that we watch, Ronnie Hayes with Make Path Presents. And AP's a loyal guy. He's a good dude.
Oh yeah, he always shows up here. He's really cool. So happy early birthday, whenever it is. He said, "Thank you, Horror Freak and Miss Boomstick." So yeah, I guess I'll just relay the comments for now until you bring it up.
Yeah, we usually mention the comments anyway. So
yeah, you know how it goes here. So, and of course, once we do this, we'll put the link to your Facebook link and all that too as well. So. And actually, Miss Boomstick has the power now to put those links in. So if you want to do that later, you can even put it in the chat if you'd like.
Okay, while I'm doing that, I can't see the screen. So.
That's okay. Let's go ahead and what conventions have you done recently, and what do you have planned? You said you set up certain tables and booths. If you want to go ahead and tell us about that, for those who don't know.
Yeah, well, I was at Phantasm. That was great because I have a ton of Halloween Michael Myers. I'm a huge Myers fan. That's my number one series of all time. Our buddy Patrick always busts my chops about it. He brings on Sandy John. I'm a big fish. Even rubs that in right before that stream. Patrick. But I did Phantasm, and before that I did Casey Crypticon, and gotten way over my head with both. But I love it. It's a nightmare getting ready for it because I'm in Missouri. The Kansas City one was enough. Like, wow, it's a lot of work. But then I decided to drive all the way from Missouri to Florida to visit family and do the Phantasm one. But Nick Castle be in there, PJ Souls, Will Sandin, who was killed, Kid Michael, James Jude Courtney, and other guests were there. I was like, I gotta go, and I had a blast. It was fun.
Hopefully I'll make the next one of that. I'm probably going to do Spookala. I think, I already talked to you about that and everything. So that should be interesting. I guess that's their first one for that company doing Spookala. I don't think.
Yeah, they got a pretty stacked list. I know you're friends with Melissa Rose, and I'm a big fan. Sleepaway Camp is probably one of my favorite horror movies. And I thought she was really amazing in the first one. I mean, the sequels weren't bad.
Like, speaking of women in horror, here we go. I guess we'll start with Melissa Rose there, since
yeah, exactly. Go for it. Yeah, she's in an upcoming movie, Stream that I'm actually got Doomsday's Crypt involved. Like, I got a perk with that, and it's with Michael Levy from the Terrifier.
Yeah,
and you had David on, and David Howard Thornton, and he's in the Stream movie. So that's pretty exciting. Danielle Harris. So there's a bunch of Scream queens in that one. It's It should be
they've all mentioned it and stuff about it, and so I think is Dee Wallace in that one too? I think, or no?
Who's that? Dee Wallace? Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think she's in that too. Like, a whole bunch of people are in that.
Yeah, you name it, they're there from the 80s. So yeah, actually, I don't know if you've seen the art by Scott Straka that I've shown in the past. He's going to be doing a Felissa Rose piece He's the artist who does. I had the James Jude Courtney Halloween Kill signed by him and Castle. But yeah, that's pretty exciting that he's going to do that piece. It'll be really awesome. He does a lot of celebrity art. He does a lot of conventions. We're going to do an exclusive for the that piece. I just commissioned that out. Just got it paid yesterday, so it'll be ready for May.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know yet. MegaCon, Kevin Smith is going to be in Orlando, and I haven't met him yet, so it's like I'd really like to meet him. I miss him every single time that he comes. So.
Sorry about that. Hold on a sec.
Oh yeah, turn the volume down there.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not at my usual spot here, so yeah. I just wanted to see. I don't really need the sound or anything. I just was looking for the chat. Let's see if I can see it up here. For some reason, see, it goes.
Whenever you look at it, it'll close. Well, on your end, it'll close the screen, but yeah.
I see the chat, but the problem is that's all I see is the chat. I don't see us, but that's all right. I can't stand looking at my face when I'm talking. So
and we still see you, whatever, camera's on. And we did got your link there in the chat also there, so people can click on.
I got a link to Facebook and a link to one of your videos so they could find your channel. So.
Yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, I hope to see you at Spookala, or even in Phantasms in August. So
Phantasms in August. I got to get back with them because a friend of mine, she has I don't know if you know her or not, Jamie Rich. She has a twin sister, Julie. I forget what she does there. If she had a booth and she knows the people who run it or whatever. And I guess they were looking for an MC at one point, and I got a message back. I mean, it'd be cool if I could MC it. I don't know, so I'll find out. But maybe I might.
I put a good word for you. I talked to the promoter there. I've become good friends with Anthony Greco. I'm like, Steven would be really good for it. So I'll push again. I got to talk to him again soon because I got some really cool stuff for Phantasm in the works that could happen and would be really, really cool. So
yeah, I guess it'll be their third or fourth one this year.
Well, they did one in, I think it was 2019, and then with the old COVID, they were shut down. Then last year it was 2 years since they did 1 or 2 years. So this will be the third one. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to check it out though. So that and I mean, if I get to work with Felissa and Dave, that'd be fun. I can't turn that down. So
yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And they announced James Jude Courtney too. So
okay. And I can't think of his name. Harvey, what's his name from What We Do in the Shadows? He's going to be there.
I can't think of his last name. Yep.
Harvey something, I believe. But yeah. So yeah, for the Women Horror back, I wanted to go ahead and start it. Well, we had already talked about Felissa Rose and Sleepaway Camp. That's of course classic. Got to mention that. And she's done so much throughout the years too, and Wild Eye movies and other independent movies and Stream coming out, and she's just a busy woman. Hatchet. She's got the Victor Crowley.
I love the Hatchet series. I mean, that's such a fun, horror comedy, and it's got some, Danielle Harris. I'm a big fan, and honestly, it's not because she's beautiful, but what kid actors and old, she's my all-time scream queen since we're talking about that. And mainly because a kid can ruin a film. I mean, it's tough if a kid can really destroy any film. And her acting, especially in part 4, because part 5 they didn't want her to talk most of the time.
Right.
But I mean, she was brilliant as a kid. I remember because she's right around the same age. It's like, wow, she really pulled that movie off. And
yeah, I mean, even as a kid, all throughout her career, I mean, everything she does is just amazing. I mean,
very underrated, in my opinion.
Very.
It was
very talented.
I mean, she even did voice in Nickelodeon's Wild Thornberrys. She was the sister.
Oh, did she? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, she was Debbie, I think the sister's name was. But yeah, Tim Curry did the voice of Nigel and that and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, she's done a lot from TV, movie.
Roseanne. I know she was on Roseanne.
And then she was back on the Connors recently, earlier in the year. And what's funny, I guess I didn't know it until the last convention when I saw her and the Connors was brought up and she had died. Like they killed off her character. She's like, yeah, I guess no matter what, even that sitcom, they kill me off. Like whatever.
They hate the poor girl gets killed off in everything. You know. The same thing with See No Evil she was in.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
So, yeah, she was saying about that how the Solstice twins were like, let's just fuck with everybody and kill her. You know, you think she'll be the final girl in it, and just.
She's in Scream too, so let's see if she makes it out of that one.
Which one?
Scream, the one that's
Scream. I thought, okay, I was like Scream.
Yeah, Whistle Rose. I can't remember. I think Scout's going to be in it too. I'm not 100% on Scout.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I know he uses her a lot.
Friends. Yeah. Yeah, their talk Scary to me is great. I don't know if you listen to it, but
yeah, they got a great show, man. I enjoy it.
So yeah, and then they're even like doing some crime ones and stuff on it. And yeah, it's everything. Horror movies, sex, whatever. It's just
I enjoy their show. It's a lot of fun.
And the interaction between the two is great. So anyone who hasn't listened to Talk Scary to Me should definitely check it out. They even had I didn't realize Scout, another here we go, women in horror. She was in the movie, what was it, American Crime or whatever, where the girl they tortured the neighbor kids, and it's based on the real story where the kids tortured the neighbor, the
girl next door.
No, it was like American Crime or something like that. These kids would come over and torture her. They tied her up in the basement. They like sexually abused her with like beer ball. Like I mean,
the mom like the ringleader of it.
Yeah, and the mom.
And then it's the one that's the true story that's based off the girl next door. I think it's a girl next door. I think is the name of it. I might have.
Well, they did another movie. It might be The Girl Next Door.
But she was in another movie with Tyler Mane, and not the Halloween, and it was actually the guy Michael Levy from Terrifier. And the reason I know about it is because I did a sit down with Michael Levy, and it's on Amazon Prime if you have it. It's called Penance Lane, and Tyler Mane's the lead actor in it, and Scout in that one too.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard about that Penance Lane.
Yeah, I mean,
it's sorry. It's Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door, based on a true story. So yeah, that movie is based on the what you're talking about, that true crime.
Yeah, and they like starved her. I don't even remember. There was just like so much different ways that they tortured her. It was just horrible.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, it is The Girl Next Door. They did like another one though. It was called American Crime or whatever, but that's not the one Scout was in. I don't think, but whichever one there Scout was in.
I'll tell you one thing about Scout. When I met her, I never was blown away that she's with her looks. But when you meet her in person, she is wow. Wow. Yeah, she's very attractive girl in person.
And she's so much fun too. Great
she
energy.
Was. So
yeah.
Well, I met her in Kansas City, and I was lucky. I work with special needs. I took them with me, and I had my 3 guys, and she was so nice. All the guests were really nice to them.
Yeah.
Oh man, she was nice.
Are the nicest.
One of my guys was able to scoop some free autographs. He was around there. He went, had him sign things, and just walked off. I don't think he knew.
Right.
And, Michael Bean was really nice, and Patrick had Jennifer Blanc on there. She was really sweet. We were literally neighbors there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was a lot of fun for them. It was fun for me too.
Yeah, I met her in Texas a couple times at Frightmare, and I forget what other convention. It might have just been Texas. I mean, it's been years since I've seen her, but she's really nice too. And
Wallace was there too. She was really sweet. It was cool meeting her.
I haven't met Dee yet, but I think they added her to Spooky Empire in June. So I'm going to try to maybe make it to that one. So
she's funny.
I got to meet Dee one of these days.
She's funny. I went and I had her sign a Rob Zombie mask, because she was obviously in 07 Halloween.
Right.
And I forgot to take a picture of her, because I was taking a picture of my guys with her, because she was signing stuff for them. And I go there the next day, and I was talking to the person, her assistant there, who was doing, she's like, "Go, just bring it up, and yeah, I'm sure she'll do a picture with it." And she was so funny. She, jokingly, at least I think so. She's like, I already signed it for it. What do you want now? You know, she was really, it was funny though, the way she did it. I'd be like, got to get a picture. Fine. She was cool though. She was really, really funny. And she's a legend. It's another legend of horror.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. Yeah, I was just going to
Cujo.
bring that up when you got to talking another horror legend.
Yeah. So which movies you gonna bring up of her, Boom? Besides Cujo, anything else you had there? Since you got Dee Wallace, we got her.
I know I'm going to butcher her name, but the first one I had on my list was Lupita. I'll just spell it Nyong. Then there's an apostrophe O. She was in Us and Little Monsters.
Lupita Luongo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew I would say her name right. That's why I didn't want to butcher it and disrespect her. But yeah, she is amazing in Us. And if you haven't seen Little Monsters, that's on Hulu. She is freaking hilarious in that movie. It's a zombie movie, but it's really funny. It's definitely a horror comedy. That's something I highly recommend. It is so funny.
I think it's that where they're like trying to keep the kids away from the zombies. Like, well, what's going on? They're
Make
like,
them think that it's not as scary as it really is. So the kids are having a blast during the zombie apocalypse. And there's a zombie puppet as well. Josh Gad is in that movie a little bit. He does the voice of Olaf, if you don't know him by name. So yeah, it's funny.
I have to check that one out.
Yeah, and then Us she's really good in Us. That's the only ones I picked up that was on horror. I'm sure she has other ones, but yeah, she's amazing in those. Very upcoming in the horror world, I would say. I don't know if she's in because Jordan Peele has a new movie coming out called Nope, I think.
Yeah.
But
Nope. I don't think it's called that. Nope. No, it is.
I don't know if she's in that or not. I know she's in Us, but she wasn't in Get Out, so I don't know if she's in Nope or not. But
Nope looks weird. I don't know what that is. Like, I guess it's I don't know if it's like an alien invasion. It looks like.
He was also Maz in Star Wars, the CGI.
Yeah, that's true. I saw that too, but I didn't put it in my notes since it wasn't horror. But yeah, she was in that. But yeah, she's amazing. So yeah, she was one of mine on my list that I wanted to bring up.
Us was an interesting one. I sort of, in a way, predicted a little bit of it, but then the other part, it's like, what the hell is going on? That was interesting.
Yeah, I really like Us and Get Out. I own both of them on DVD, so I think I have them on digital as well. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I really like both those movies. I'll probably definitely see Nope as well. It looks crazy enough to pique my interest.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like when he first started doing horror movies, it's like Jordan Peele's doing horror movies. This is going to be weird, but no, I mean, he pulled it off. I mean, he's done some interesting stories. So yeah,
like one of my favorite parts in Us. I don't know. Have you guys seen Us?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Like I keep wanting to see it, keep missing it, but I watched the pitch meeting on it, so I know everything about
it. There's one part in it that I don't know how to describe them. We'll call them the bad people that were attacking like the family next door, and the woman was like, Alexa, call. They called it something else besides Alexa, but I don't remember what it was. But she's like, Alexa, call the police, and it started playing "F the police," fuck the police. It was like
fuck the police. No,
it's so hilarious because it never listens to you, but it was like one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed both those. I just thought that was so fitting.
He's a talented guy. I mean, I mean, it shows. But they say if you can do comedy, you can do anything.
Yeah, and having little sprinkles of comedy and horror just makes it good, in my opinion, anyway. Because horror comedy is like my favorite genre. So when I see the comedy where it's not all like doom and gloom and whatever, and you just sprinkle in a little lightning moments, to make you laugh and ease up a little bit, or the whole movie's just a goofy mess, then I'm happy.
Well, you look at Robin Williams and Jim Carrey in the 23 and 1 Hour Photo, and what was the other one? Robin
Insomnia.
Insomnia. I mean,
Cable Guy.
We're psychological, but I mean, they can play some twisted people. So
yeah,
Bone says, I thought Us was okay till the very end. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't get it. Like everyone on Earth having a doppelganger. Well, spoiler alert. but yeah, that was weird. Like a multiverse thing, pretty much, I guess, or just a double.
Yeah.
I did see the end of the movie where there's like, clones or doubles or.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like
a world, an opposite world. Yeah, doppelganger.
Yeah, it's like an opposite. It's kind of weird. I admit the ending is kind of weird, but other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Well, the movie has been out a long time, so yeah. But I guess if you haven't seen it, oh well. But yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
And another one I have on my list, up and coming person, is Samara Weaving. With Ready or Not, The Babysitter Killer Queen, Mayhem. Apparently she was in Ash vs. Evil Dead as Heather in 3 episodes, which I don't remember her in that, but that don't mean anything. I just probably don't remember her. But yeah, she's great. You know, The Babysitter, Ready or Not, Mayhem, all great movies.
Yeah, The Babysitter Killer, right? Or The Babysitter. I've been meaning to watch.
They're on Netflix. It's
I've been
The Babysitter and then The Babysitter Killer Queen. If you like horror comedy, you will probably like these movies.
Yeah,
they're funny.
Robbie Amell, Stephen Amell, Arrow. I think it's his cousin or brother. I think they're cousins, right? Robbie Amell. I don't think they're brothers. I think they're cousins.
I have no
They're
idea.
either cousins or brothers. I forget, but I know they're related. But yeah, he's in it. It's so stupid because once he comes back, he's like always taking his shirt off. He's like, what? And they like make a joke out of it. How he's always got to be shirtless. And then what's her name? Shoot. What's the redhead's name? Boom.
In The Babysitter,
maybe? Yeah.
I'm not sure off top.
I can't think of her name. Like she used to be on Disney's Shake It Up or whatever. Bella Thorne. There we go. Oh. There we go. Bella Thorne.
I would have never guessed that because I don't know who that is. But
yeah, she was funny in it too. She plays like this really ditzy cult. They like want to sacrifice the kid and everything, and he escapes them. And yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. Mr. Bones said he likes Babysitter and Ray or Not. Have not seen Mayhem. I don't know. He didn't mention the second Babysitter movie, so I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, they're all good. Mayhem kind of reminds me a lot of the Belko Experiment, but more craziness maybe, because it's more like a virus in the Mayhem than it is Belko Experiment, but it's same type of movie.
And I'm thinking Joe Lynch directed Mayhem, I want to say.
Possibly, I have no idea.
I'll just look it up real quick. Yep, Joe Lynch directed, who did Wrong Turn 2, Holliston. He was in that with Adam Green, and they do the movie Crypt. I'm sure you know who Joe Lynch is. So, oh, here's a good one. I was looking at it came up under like similar movies. Let's see. Matilda and let's see. Well, that's a long name. Okay, Matilda Anna Ingrid Lutz plays Jen. Movie called Revenge. If you ever saw that, it's kind of almost like reflections.
Oh yeah, that's
sunglasses. Got a little shiny.
Yeah, that is a. I'm not really supposed to say it on YouTube, but it's a rape revenge movie. But it's actually really good, and it's on Shudder.
Never take your mistress on an annual guy's getaway, especially one devoted to hunting. A violent lesson for 3 wealthy married men. Here's a longer one. Let's see.
But yeah, the only reason I brought up it was that because some people don't like those type of movies, but I've seen it.
If you're not into those type, if you don't like I Spit on Your Grave or any of those type movies, you might not.
I don't believe it's been a while since I've seen it, but if I remember correctly, it's not graphic in that part.
Yeah, not like I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah, it's not.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I could be wrong because it's been a while since I've seen it. I think I seen it when it first went to Shudder, which it's been a while. But if I remember correctly, that part of the aspect is not graphic. Of course, the kills are graphic, but like that part, if I remember correctly, is not. But don't take my word on it because I don't remember good enough. So if you don't like those type of movies, definitely stay away. But I've watched. I mean, Lambs Have Teeth. If you haven't seen that, is probably way worse than that movie.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
I mean, it's hard to find the original "I Spit on Your Grave" anymore. It's almost like the Song of the South. You just can't find it anywhere anymore. They just nope, it don't fit at all today. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I have that one or not.
I see the remake all the time, but the original was brutal.
I don't know. I know the new "I Spit on Your Grave" is on Tubi. I don't know if the original one is or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I gotta say, us guys don't get the just we deserve of being offended either. Because I'll tell you, Deliverance might have been the roughest scene I've ever seen in my life. That was a tough one to sit through the first time before you watch it. It's like,
right.
No, Vaughn says he doesn't like
to go there.
Right.
Well, they did.
He said he doesn't like watching that type of stuff in the movies, but he'll fast forward to the revenge parts. The revenge parts are the best parts.
Right, yeah, that's like the whole point. Yeah, it's horrible that happened in the first place, but it's like the whole point of those movies that they get to rise up and like defeat like the bad person that did. They fight back, and they don't like. I don't know how to word it where it's going to not sound offensive, so I can't think of a proper way. But
it is on Tubi.
I'd have to say Hard Candy might be the ultimate revenge movie ever. I think that was the scariest movie I ever saw, where I was like, oh God.
It's like, what a twist where the girl gets
they're not gonna do no.
Yeah, that was with the blender. Woo! I mean, he definitely deserved it.
He deserved it. But you didn't know that either, because there was a lot of questions going into that that whole movie. It was well done. I can't think of her name. Well, she changed now. What's that?
Ellen Page. Well, now
Ellen Page, yeah. Or Elliot Page now, but Elliot Page, yeah. Well, I mean, she was fantastic. That was one of her first roles, I think. I mean, that was the first thing I saw her in.
Because I know they were really young when that was out. Well, not like super young, but young.
Yeah,
she was talented in that movie. She did an excellent job, because that was a 2-person movie, which I didn't expect it. I'm like, all right, we'll watch it. I was watching it with my ex back in the day. And
great,
we were watching it together. And I didn't sleep next to her that night.
You got rid of the blender too in the house, right?
Why are you so far over? I don't
no reason.
I don't want you to get any ideas. Did I upset you in any way today?
I did find the original "I Spit on Your Grave" is on Tubi, actually.
Is it really? I know I'd seen the remake was there, but I haven't really looked for it. I mean, it's been since I was probably 10, 12 since I watched that movie.
Came out in 1978, the original one. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a video store rental where it's like you just rent every movie back in the 80s as a kid, and it'd be like, oh, horror movie, the cover looks cool. I've heard about "I Spit on Your Grave," "Faces of Death," and stuff like that. You just grab it.
They used to rent. Me and my ex used to rent the "Faces of Death" all the time from the video store.
They're doing a new "Faces of Death."
I saw that.
I heard about that. Yeah. And I think what it is, someone like it's like a mockumentary, like they're doing a documentary on the "Faces of Death" or something. I forget what it was, but it was some weird plot.
"Faces of Death" wasn't real either. It's a mockumentary. Right. People didn't know back then, though. They believed that it was real. Like I watched something like, other than like the piranha getting the boa constrictor, most of the like human stuff, like come on. But people believed that stuff back in the day. That was a legendary movie, "Faces of Death." Oh, you don't want to watch that movie.
Didn't they do like 6 or 7? I mean,
I know it was more than one, because I said me and my ex rented them quite a bit.
There was a lot of "Faces of Death."
I know we didn't rent the same one over and over again. That'd be a little sadistic, but I know that there was more than one. I know that, but yeah, there was quite a few.
I didn't even like "Faces of Death," the first one, but I kept renting each sequel.
I think some of them were banned too, or something. I heard
they were back in the day, but now that it's been exposed as not being real, it kind of took away too, where people are like, well, why bother?
Right.
Where that was the big draw for it, that people really thought it was stuff filmed and you could rent it.
They didn't do what they tried to do with like Cannibal Holocaust and like try to like bring the people who made it to jail.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was real. Well, like they had the actors like hide and everything and make them think like it was a real. But I mean, besides, the killing and all that, well, besides the poor turtle, that was the only thing they actually killed, because they really did kill that turtle in that. Like, that was the only thing.
I think it was a pig or something as well.
There might have been. But I know also that was like a real tribe, though, so it's interesting. I wonder how they got them to, like, film a movie like that. That must have been interesting to work with them, because it was a real tribe that they used in the movie. I remember hearing that. So.
Well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the same way. That was a real slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see, who else was it? Janet Leigh. I was going to bring her up too. Original Psycho. Jamie Lee Curtis' mom, of course. Got to bring that up. That's like one of the original.
Right. We didn't have her. We don't have Jamie Lee Curtis.
Exactly.
Another horror queen. But like, yeah, she was in Janet Leigh was in like one of the most like popular, iconic, roles. Even though she doesn't even be in it for that long, she gets killed in it.
Well, that's what was brilliant about it back in the day, is she was featured as the star. And that's where, Scream did a very good job too, because I don't think people really remembered or expected it in Scream. And they used, obviously they used a lot of the classic tropes from all the horror movies to open up with really the ultimate original horror film, in my opinion, of a star that was back then, and something unexpected. Psycho. I mean, Psycho was a great movie. I mean, it doesn't get the love it does now. I think it gets forgotten more, but.
Right. Yeah, I got it on a Blu-ray. I remember when Bates Motel came out on Netflix and everybody was talking about it and not realizing it was based on an actual movie. I had a lot of people on my friends page that was like, oh, this is so great. And I was like, yes, it's like Psycho. And there's like, what's that? I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
I'm not talking about the original Psycho. I'm talking about the good one, the remake with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody could beat Anthony Perkins. That dude played right. He was awesome.
Yes. Yeah, Vince Vaughn was a little weird for that, but he did try, kind of.
And then him, when he was spying in the shower, he was enjoying it a bit too much. Yeah, no. That was...
You just can't replace the original. Some things just don't need to be remade at all. Most things don't need to be remade at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare when a remake is good, but I guess people can't think of original ideas anymore. They just gotta use some old ones and recycle them.
But I did like Vince Vaughn in Freaky, though. I thought he was freaking hilarious in Freaky. Him playing a teenage girl was just amazing. He had that just knocked on the head pretty much. I think he did a better job than Jack Black in Jungle Cruise. Or not Jungle Cruise.
Jumanji.
Yeah. I don't know where Jungle Cruise. I guess they're both Disney. But
I mean, it was what I expected it to be when I watched Freak. Because it was really the hot chick, but a horror movie.
That's what I was going to say. It was the hot chick, but a horror movie.
Just two different comedians played it. One's about 6'5" and one's about 4'5". So you just switched them up. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. I mean, even like with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a lot of people don't like it. As a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, not great. But as a slasher movie and some of the kills in it, I thought they were really creative. And
yeah.
I was expecting a total turd.
Complaints about it, but very few. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. It's a very good watch. The kills are brilliant. The bus is freaking hilarious. But yeah, I liked the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I did too. I didn't hate it. Like I've seen some bad horror movies, and like I said, it's not a great Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Right. But it is good. Worse. I found it as fun slasher. Like I went in with like, oh man, this is gonna just suck. And I watched it, and I was like,
It was fun.
And everybody's like, oh, it's going to be this, this woke and this, and this. But I thought they played both sides well because.
Yeah, I do too. I agree definitely with what you said.
I actually thought they did it well.
To tease you, it was going to be that way, and then they just murdered that into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that. But I enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
I mean, the deaths were brutal with it and clever. I mean, I like the ambulance one too with the broken wrist. I'll just leave it at that for people who didn't see it. But
it was creative for sure.
We can't give too many of the spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's already seen it, but
then there's been reviews too with spoilers, I know, and spoilers.
And that's really such a small scene anyway.
It wasn't that big.
There's a lot. I mean, they got some. I mean, some are not so great, but there's some really creative ones in there. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but the guy you meet in the beginning with the truck was an interesting character, I thought. I mean, had a twist to it. I kind of enjoyed that because it's like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I know what direction they're going to go in now. and they didn't. And I thought that was creative. I'll give them props on that.
Yeah.
If they just stuck away from the member berries with the Sally character, we would have been fine.
Yeah.
John Larroquette narrating though was really cool. I mean, I haven't seen or heard from him in a long time.
Right.
Legend of the 80s.
I never realized he did the narration. I never did until I seen people talking about it. I was like, oh, that is cool. I didn't realize that he did that. Because I remember
the original and the remake.
I'm sorry.
He did the remake one too. He did the original. I believe he narrated it's been a while since I saw the remake, but did the original narration, the remake, and then he did the new one.
Yeah, the remake with Jessica Biel, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched the Texas Chainsaw. I should probably go back and watch them. But
he's going to be there, Bernarski, at Spookala, and so is Bob Elmore from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 piece in the works from that guy Vinny who does a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, I forget who else is going to be there. I'll have to check that later. I think who else did I have? Of course, I guess since we already brought her up, we could go to Danielle Harris too. So Hatchet. There was one I was going to bring up. I can't remember what it was right now, so I'll think of it.
Well, you think about that. I'll bring up the next one on my list. I'm just kind of going down. I don't have them in particular order.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
go ahead. Betty Gilpin. She was in Hunt. She played Crystal. She was like the badass.
I just watched that. That was good. She was good in that movie.
She was also in the new Grudge, which I really didn't like. New Grudge, I really wanted to be good. I really did, but it was all over the place. But she was in that one as well. But she did really well in The Hunt. I really enjoyed The Hunt.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The end fight scene, talk about over the top, but it was entertaining.
Sandwiches.
It was so funny.
Yes.
I mean, the beginning of that's a good one. I'm glad I caught it before it left HBO Max because I'd been wanting to see it, putting it off. And I finally saw it like right before. And I just recently watched it maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And I was like, some of it was just funny and unexpected. And it was cool. It was a good horror comedy.
That's the one I own because I really enjoyed it. It's like, I really like this movie, so I bought it.
And she was good. She was definitely a badass in that movie.
Yeah. She kicked Killer Swing's ass.
She kind of had a Kill Bill vibe to it. Kind of mix of a few different films in it. Even Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm like, we're watching Kill Bill here fighting? Yeah, that's
another horror person in this. Oh shit, what's her name? I'm blank on her name. Emma Roberts. She was in it. Not long, but she was in it.
Oh,
Emma Roberts. It's from American Horror Story, Scream Queens. I know she was in Hunt, but not in it for very long. I'm sure she's been in.
At the end, who was it? No, I can't remember who it was. Oh, who was it?
In Hunt?
Yeah,
the end. Who was it that was in there at the end fight scene?
In the Crystal fights.
No, I'm saying the end, the one she fought. It was one of the main actress. I can't think of who it was. I want to see Sandra Bullock, but it wasn't her.
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank, that's right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she battles her with the grilled cheese.
And other weapons.
Yeah. The grilled cheese is most memorable.
That was funny as
it
hell.
makes you have one of grilled cheese afterwards.
Let's see who else was in there.
That was a fun watch. I cannot go. I was just thinking of that, and I couldn't think what the name of the movie was before I was coming on. That was a good one I saw recently.
And next one I have on my list, Elvira, of course. You know, she's back from the 80s. You know, she do the No, we do not want to restart right now.
Oh,
sorry. Computer wanted to restart.
No.
But yeah, back in the 80s, you know, she was the mistress of the darkness. She had the I can't name of her shows on tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. And you know, of course, she's the.
I saw her. The first thing I saw her was in the theater. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Big crush on her back in the 80s. When did it come out? 88? Mistress of the Dark, 88, 89, I'm guessing?
Possibly.
That was about 12 years old, and that was yep.
I remember
1988.
Because that was before I was allowed to watch, horror movies and stuff. But I remember, my first introduction to her is I remember seeing her in beer commercials when I was little. And I was I remember liking her then. And then when I grew up and realized who she was and what she did, and that when I first started getting into horror movies, I was oh, I remember her from those beer commercials back in the day, when they had Spuds McKenzie and all that stuff.
She's definitely an icon. What's up, Bones? I just see the chat because I don't see it up here, and computer keeps cutting off. And yeah, what's up, Bones? Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, hey, Hobbs. Hobbs is here.
What's up, Hobbs?
Bringing up the hashtag titbots again. It's Elvira, Boobula, whatever.
Why don't we have a Boobula? We got a Sharkula. We got everything else. We don't have a Boobula.
Oh, okay. Nobody steal that. That's the next one we came up with. Well, they have, what's the movie? I forget who's in it, but they got boobs in space. There's actually a movie called a sci-fi.
I've not heard of that one.
Another family of horror, the Arquettes, Patricia and
yeah.
Patricia was good. I wish she, but Lisa Wilcox did a good job in the other ones too. So it was, but yeah, the Arquette family, you can't. Yeah, got to add them in the horror family, David and Patricia.
Right. Of course.
Definitely.
And yeah, Scream, of course, Nev Campbell. We can lead on to her.
Yeah, Nev Campbell, definitely.
Heather Lanningcamp.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my first crush was Heather Lanningcamp. She was my favorite back in the day as far as 80s horror. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis. I love her as Laurie Strode, but Heather Lanningcamp, Nancy was my favorite, as a kid. As a 8, 10, 12-year-old kid watching in the 80s, that was my crush.
Yeah, she definitely was a good part of the Elm Street movies.
Bronco Juggalo's here. What's going on? Hobbs says hope all is well with everyone. So yeah.
Adrienne King from the original Friday the 13th as well. She's a good one too.
And there's so many to talk about. It's
right, yeah.
And so many of them are making a comeback with the conventions the way they are. I mean, and these indie projects, a lot of them are showing up in.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic to see them back again. I mean, definitely some member berries with it, but it's just good to see them have a career again and get restarted and be able to get the love and appreciation they deserve. And that's another reason, like we talked earlier about conventions, that I love about them. I love seeing some of these 80s people that it's what happened to them. Now you see them and they embrace their fans, a lot of it, and just getting to hang out with their fans. They love it. I think they enjoy it as much as their fans. Some people say that, but no, they really do. You watch them
definitely.
Wow.
I remember, because I haven't been to a convention in very many years, and I've only been to a few, but when I didn't even know that they were a thing until, I want to say approximately 10 years ago. It might have been longer. And I went to a few of them, and I met Gunnar at one of them, Gunnar Hansen, the original Texas Chainsaw guy, and talked to him for probably a good 45 minutes. Because it was they had Kane there, and they had a bunch of other people, so he wouldn't get visited as much as at the time. And as soon as we hit the floor, it was in a hotel, and he'd probably see me. My husband said, we weren't married at the time, but he had said that I looked like a kid in a candy store. It's like, as soon as we hit the floor, I saw Gunnar, and I beelined right to his table. And so we talked to him for a long time, and he let us take 2 pictures instead of the one for the autograph or whatever we paid for. Let's do one. So he choked me as well. But then he's like, you need to come to, it was either North or South Carolina. I forget which one it was. But he's like, you need to come to that con. I was like, well, I don't know. It's kind of far away. And then find out later that he'd done the full dress up for pictures in that one. But then shortly after that, he passed away. And I remember hearing that. I was like, oh, that one hit me hard because I just met him and had a long conversation with him. It was before the movie Leatherface came out. Me and him were talking about that. And I think a few other things. And yeah, I remember that one hit me hard. I cried for a while for that one.
You never know what's going to happen. That's the sad part. You just never know.
Right.
And that's what's great with being able, at least you were lucky enough to meet him. And probably the fact that you were one of the people that really embraced him since Kane Hodder was there and getting all the attention. The fact that you were spending time with him, it gave you more time instead of, so that was kind of a lucky experience too.
Right, and I have the names off the top of my head, but it's before the guy who did the makeup effects in Jason 7, I believe. Is that the one where Tina's in it, where she brings him out of the water?
Yeah, Tina's 7.
Yeah, Tina's 7. I get them mixed up sometimes, but the guy, I think his name's John. I can't think of his last name, but he did the makeup effects. He's gone now as well, but he was there as well. Because Kane was dressed up as Jason number 7, and it was doing a photo op. And Tina, I can't think of her real name, but she was there as well. And she ended up jumping into our photo op with Jason with the all decked out. So
she's in that Indiegogo movie, or the indie movie that's on YouTube, Roseblood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if you want to see her again, Tina's in that.
Nice.
Rosebud. That title sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it.
It's Roseblood. It's a sequel to Part 7.
Okay. Oh, I think Rebecca Reinhardt might have mentioned that at one point, that she was going to watch that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's well done. Quite a few people were involved with it, and yeah. And I'm friends with the guy who's on there, and I'm just so tired. I've been working 24-hour shifts and moving. And I just spoke with him today because he's at a convention. He was just hanging out with the Part 6 people. Mm-hmm. But I can't look it up because I'm using the phone that actually has the Wi-Fi connection at this place. And for some reason, I cannot think of his name in it. And I'm mad at myself because I know the dude who made it. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I'm not best friends with him or anything, but I'm friends with him on Facebook. And I know some people who've had him on their show and talked the movie. And yeah, he's a pretty talented director. The movie definitely had its issues, but that's Friday the 13th in general. And yeah, to bring back the old cast, they recast her as a post. She's in a psych ward. It's worth a watch. It's a free watch. Roseblood on YouTube, you can find it. So
nice. Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
And again, I think and Tom Sizemore's in it too. He reprises his role.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing with a lot of these indie projects. These people are getting a chance to redo their role or play that role again, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And I know they embrace it. I can't remember. It was Jason. I want to say Jason Rising. It just came out, and it had the girl from Part 2. Now I can't think of names right now. And my internet's not working, but she was in it. The Part 2 final girl from Friday the 13th Part 2. And a lot of them are in these indie projects, and they're excited to be a part of it. I know Sandy Johnson just got cast in an indie project, a few. And I think it's really cool to see some of these old people get a second chance at acting again, because I know how much they loved it.
Oh, yeah, Adrienne King.
Yeah.
That's one I mentioned before. That we got tossed about the Jason movies, but yeah, you just said a name and it escaped me. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked now because my husband had something in the oven. It started beeping and he wasn't listening, so I had to go. It's like, you need to take care of the oven. I can't do it right now.
Just don't let it burn.
I know that name. The name I just had on top of my head escaped me, so I'll just go to the next one in my list. Emily Perkins, from Ginger Snaps.
She was in a couple episodes or a few episodes of Supernatural also.
Yeah, Supernatural. Apparently she was in X-Files for an episode. A movie called Extraterrestrial, Blood, A Butcher's Tale. And then they had and I guess she played young Beverly Marsh in the first It.
Yeah, she was the
What is that? Twitch, it's on silent, and I got it on a piece of plastic. It's like, man, I'm not farting. It's my phone. The phone's gassy.
Jim Carrey and Larry, it was me.
I was trying to figure out.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm like, okay.
What the? No, I got this. Like, I got a plastic tripod sitting on a printer. The setup here is just,
top notch.
Well, I'm so used to having something to distract from my face, the collection behind me. Instead, I got a white wall and a window.
But then I have the other woman from Ginger Snaps, Catherine Isabel. She was in Ray Bradbury Theater, just one episode. She was in Goosebumps for an episode, X-Files, Voyage of Terror, Disturbing Behavior. It's not really horror, but I added it anyway.
Freddy vs. Jason.
Bones, Freddy vs. Jason, Bones with Snoop Dogg.
Outer Limits 2.
Yeah. Insomnia, Carrie 2002.
American Mary.
I think you said that one though. Vampire, American Mary.
Love American Mary. That is great.
Yeah. American Mary.
That was done by the some more women here, Jen and Sylvia Soska. So they're awesome. Everything they do.
She's also in a movie called Torment. If you haven't seen Torment, that's a good home invasion movie.
Yep.
I own that one as well.
The girl from A Quiet Place was really good because she's deaf in real life too, and she's a fantastic little actor.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She really carried it in part two. It had that Last of Us. I don't know if anybody played the game vibe to that movie, and I enjoyed that relationship. That was a good movie. That was a fun one. But that was a good movie theater experience, unlike the Batman.
Batman.
The Batman. Oh. Man, that was a long 3 hours, and I keep hearing people love it. It was good.
A lot of my friends have been talking highly about that movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I haven't even seen a trailer. But yeah, a lot of my friends, I don't know what's going on. It just thundered real loud, and there's a bunch of police sirens going on outside.
I just got that. It's moving over to you. I swear, we had the warning sirens up. I got the emergency thing that was going off, but it never really said anything.
Yeah, we had the thunderstorm thing go over the Alexa. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch, I think, right now. I'd have to.
Well, I'm in Missouri. I ain't got time for a tornado. I'm just gonna ride through it. Doesn't matter. Tornado ain't gonna stop me from being on the midnight hour.
Yeah, you probably got more of a chance of a tornado than I do. Well, I don't know. Tornadoes do hit Wisconsin, but
I hope I never have to have the good fortune of having a tornado hit me. We've come close, and I was living in one of those manufactured homes that doesn't have a basement, and I was way too tired and drunk one night, and those sirens were going off, the green was coming through. I'm like, well, if a tornado comes by, I'm too tired to go hang out with a whole bunch of people in a safe place. Luckily, the tornado didn't take me out.
Yeah, I remember I lived in a trailer one year, and the town I lived in, it was in Illinois at the time, and I think it was around Mother's Day, if I remember correctly. But the town I lived in was notorious that tornadoes would veer around; it wouldn't hit because it was sitting here in a valley. and but everywhere around us or like countryside would get hit. But I remember there was a huge ass, I think it was F3 or F4 hit like the neighboring town. You could like see it from like where we were in town. It was freaking huge. I remember I lived in a trailer. I packed up my animals and I went to my mom's house because it was, you could see it from a distance. I was like, oh hell no, I'm not risking our luck that it's not gonna hit us.
Yeah,
it can be scary. I've seen the sky, and it's like we've had some tornado warnings, and especially with doing what I'm doing, get everybody to the basement. I'll be sticking my head outside. I'm like, oh man, it's happening this time. That ain't looking pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't looking pretty. And get down in the basement. Luckily, knock on wood, haven't had to deal with it yet.
It's like I've just had hurricanes. That's all I got to deal with.
Yeah, I've been through a few of them. Because
So.
I lived in Florida for many years, over in Port St. Lucie. Luckily, I missed the two
Port St. Lucie. Okay.
Gene and Irene.
Well, I'm sorry.
Irene and Gene, was it?
Oh yeah, and Floyd.
I was there for Floyd or something. I was there for not Floyd. I was there after Irene and Gene maybe a few months or a year later, and that one wasn't too bad. My father, he's a tech guy. He had the generator, so it was kind of nice. He was all stocked up and ready. I was staying with them at the time, and I was like, all right. Lost power. Got some video games and stuff. I'll be fine.
Yeah, hopefully. Sometimes we lose internet or get
Hurricane Andrew too is one.
Yeah,
Andrew that ass.
And when we get thunderstorms, sometimes we lose internet or power. So hopefully that won't happen with us.
We were talking about the Solstice Sisters too a little bit. Have you seen Dead Hooker in a Trunk?
I have
not.
They
did. That was their first one that they did. Oh my gosh, so funny. They have there's like the bad twin. They don't really have any names, just nicknames in it. And then their friend, who's like a hardcore Christian in it, doesn't cuss, and he's freaking out. And after like all this stuff where he's being chased and all this stuff's going on, and they end up like knocking this one guy, and all of a sudden he's like, "How you like that, motherfucker? You want to get skull fucked?" And they're just looking at him like, "Oh my gosh!" And he's like, "What? I've had a hell of a day." It's just like the funniest. Like he just snaps, like going crazy, like thinking the hookers might be dead or being chased by these like gang people. Oh my gosh, it's just.
I've been trying to watch because of influenced by you guys, really. Watching some movies that I'll just find on Tubi that's like I'd never watched this any other way. Like I watched Clown Hotel. I thought that was kind of fun. Had Ari Lehman in it too. Like he makes it. I can see that guy is basically built to be, a ringleader or something. His look, it really is. It was a fun movie. It had its moments.
Yeah,
I've been watching some just silly ones, but they're always fun.
Yeah,
the people putting a lot of effort.
There's a lot of good ones on there. What was that one movie, Drive Through or whatever with what was that clown's name? It was a really funny name.
Yeah, that one's a good.
It's not Horny. Is it Horny the Clown? It's like something really. It's not a kid. It's not a kid name. It's not a kid named Clown, which is kind of makes it funny. But yeah, like what was it? Damn, it's gonna make me so mad. I can't remember what his name was. But that was a good one. If you like clown movies on there. What was the one we watched? Huh? Oh yeah, Clownado.
I tried watching that one. That one was interesting to say the least.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll throw out some women before there. Kate Phoenix, who was Patches, I want to say. She had the one with the monster tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's done a bunch of Wild Eye movies too. What was the werewolf one? Like Haminator, she's been in that. She was in WrestleManiac. That's a good one. He wants to be a wrestler, and they like keep turning him down. So he goes like on a killing spree, and he uses like body parts as trophies. Like he wears the intestines that he pulls out and everything as a belt, and he just like starts wrestling people to death. And that's that should still be on Tubi. I
watched another one that was pretty interesting the other day, and now I can't remember the name of it. It was interesting. It wasn't Clown Hotel. I watched that one, and I watched another one that was just I can't remember the name of it.
Clown Town?
You could have been Clown Town.
Because that's another one.
There was a movie called Clown that was actually really good, where he puts
the makeup and
that was a good one. That was a good one to watch. Because I'm a big clown fan. I got a 7-foot clown I take with me, the Crouchy clown. I want to get one rehauled. I actually own 2 of them because they're just so big and fun. And of course, I got Pennywise. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I love scary clowns. I mean,
Stitches. Circus of the Dead is a good one if you haven't seen that.
That's what I saw. Circus of the Dead.
Where's that Puppercorn? That guy with the family.
Yeah.
He was good.
That was a good. Yeah, I've been just watching some like Tubi. I swear, that's all I need to watch horror. Tubi.
It has more horror than Netflix. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Tubi, Crackle, and IMDb have the best horror movies. I got them, all those apps on my PlayStation 4. I don't use my PlayStation 4 that much anymore for video games. I'm watching the free apps.
Yeah. Let's see.
Have you seen Stitches?
Stitches, yep.
Yep.
I like that.
That's interesting. There's just so many good ones. I get them. There's so many clown ones. I get the names messed up.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't a clown? I might be remembering. I remember the movie, but when that Eli Roth or he had something to do with it?
That was the movie Clown.
Okay, that's what I was asking. If Clown was the one that Eli Roth did. I remember Clown. I remember it was good. I just couldn't remember if that's the one that Eli Roth had something to do with.
Yeah, there's one I see called Clown Motel Vacancies.
That's the one I saw. Clown Motel was good.
Well, this is a different one, I think. It might be a sequel, Vacancies. It says a man with some score to settle takes his pregnant girlfriend with him to a faraway motel, but the motel is more sinister than they know. I wonder if it's a sequel. Kiana Passmore, Darren Andrechuk. I don't know any of those people. Directed by Jason Mills. So that might be a sequel, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because you say this Clown Hotel now. I always get hotels and motels mixed up, so it's a Clown Hotel and Clown Motel. You guys should do like a top 10 list of non-popular, not it or even Terrified.
We'll have to do a clown show sometime and just.
You should do like a top 10 indie clown movies because there's so many of them and some of them really, if you just go in with an open mind and have fun with them, they're really interesting and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a real life clown motel? I think it's in Arizona or Nevada or somewhere like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think that's where they started doing the clown motel movies because people found out about the actual clown motel.
Yeah.
Well, I set up all my stuff at work, and I have a lot of different clown stuff too, other than Michael Myers and. Like I said, the 7-foot clown. I have office staff, and they know I'm the horror guy.
Yeah,
won't come into the house when it's Halloween time or when it's up. And the few times they have to, they won't even look. I've never met so many people. I didn't realize how many people were scared of clowns until recently. Clown phobia is real.
Yeah.
One girl I worked with, we went in dressed as clowns, me and my guys, and it was like a Halloween party for special needs. She actually started crying. We had to take off our masks.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
While you're looking for that movie.
Yeah, go ahead on your list here. I'm just going through.
I'm probably going to mutilate this name as well. Tasia Farmiga. She was in American Horror Stories, the movie Final Girls, 50 State of Frights. I'll spell it because I know I probably butchered it.
I know who you're talking about. She played the daughter in Final Girls, and she was Tate's girlfriend in American Horror Story. Yeah.
Right. And she was also in the Nun, James Wan's Nun, and she was in the movie Anna.
I've seen Anna.
Yeah, I think she was the one who was Anna in the movie, if I remember right, because I'd seen her on the cover when I was looking up stuff, so she's probably Anna herself.
Well, sometimes how they'll put big people on the cover and they're in the movie.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't remember the movie, but when I was looking up to put it in my notes, she was on the cover of Anna, so I'm presuming that she was Anna, but I don't remember the movie. I'm sure I've seen it, but I didn't remember it. So,
Like, for example,
Piano. I'm assuming she was.
Well, Tara Reid, you know, she's of course all in Sharknadoes, so we can bring her up. But there was a movie, I think it was Trailer Park Shark, and they show her on the cover with a gun and everything. You think she's one of the people. They show her for like 2 minutes. They're talking to her there on the boat, and then the shark gets her. It's like, really? She's like some crazy kind of like hillbilly chick with a shotgun there when the trailer park gets all flooded. Hobbs says, "Steele O'Connell, just leave us alone. Leave my family alone."
And Eli Roth. Okay, Bones knows that movie too. Yeah, and yeah, Jason Reisman was really cool. Actually, at Crypticon, I was sitting next to Vincent DeSante. Really cool guy. He was really nice. He did the
Never Hike Alone.
Yeah. He was the table next to us. Mm-hmm. A super nice guy. He was a lot of fun. He hooked my guys up with both movies, and I know they're like collectors, so didn't give me anything, but we watched them together. They loved it. So especially since they knew who he was, and I was like, oh, we met him. Nice. Same thing like when we watched Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with Ken Sagos, because he was right by us too at Crypticon. Mm-hmm. So they got to meet all those people.
That's cool. Yeah, Ken's a cool guy. We still got to get him back. He wanted to come back. He said I should message him so we can do a longer show.
He's not tech savvy. I think that's a big problem. He doesn't really do the social media thing too much. He will. I think his son helps him a lot, and if his son's not there, it's like it's not. As much as I like Ken, he's a super nice guy. I think he's missing out by not being there, because he was one of a very popular character from Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I mean, he was my personal favorite in part 3. You know, so that was cool getting to meet him and hang out with them. He even wished me a Happy New Year, which was cool. He's like, "Hey, John, just want to say Happy New Year." It's, oh, cool. Except I couldn't message him back on Messenger, so I felt bad. But no, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
And Mr. Bones brings up another one Tara Reid was in called Devil's Pawn, which I think is more of a thriller, but still is a very good watch.
And there was Art of the Dead, and I believe Art of the Dead is on Tubi too, so we could probably watch that on there. I was going through, I forgot, there's a Wild Eye on there called Clown Face. That was a good one.
You should check it out. Even Tubi's now kind of doing it too, where they're putting the Wild Eye on there.
Well, there's over like 230 titles.
Yeah, but they're more listing it now. Like you can, like I didn't notice it before. At least on the app I use on PS4, to be like, okay, Wild Eye movies, and that's cool. It's like, all right, awesome.
Yeah, I know if you put in some of their names or whatever, it'll pop up. If you put in Mark Polonia or Jeff Kirkendall, they'll pop up under his name too. And pretty much everyone, most of the group we've interviewed, if you put their names in, they'll pop up all their movies. So
I just watched the Puppet Master one on Tubi. Puppet Master versus something, and Corey Feldman was in it.
Versus Demonic Toys.
Yeah, versus Demonic Toys.
Yep.
I mean, Corey Feldman was such a young, talented kid, but I don't know if that was what he was going for, trying to play the old man in it. But it was hilarious too on top, so it just added to it because he was it was just funny watching him try to play an old man, going, "Oh, he is." I enjoyed it though. It was kind of a fun movie. Wish there were more puppets in it, but it was.
Aaron says we need a
Tara Reid interview.
I don't know where.
Maybe I don't know if we'd be able to. I mean,
I've tried to reach out, but. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. She is one of the people I have tried to reach out to, but I haven't got a response to. So.
I can see if she responds coming on. She seems like she's like that. I saw her on another, show kind of like what you guys are doing, and she really seemed to enjoy it. I think it was a reunion of Sharknado. It might have been. No, wait, it was more of it was I Know What You Did Last Summer was the one she was in, or was it Scream? No, she wasn't in Scream.
No.
They had a reunion. It was, what was it?
I mean, they did. She was in American Pie.
Well, maybe it was an American Pie reunion. Because I know she was in Sharknado. Yeah, she was. Yeah. She was. I can't remember, but they had a reunion. Maybe it was an American Pie reunion I saw her on, but
probably
she was happy to do it. She seems like she gets a lot of crap, but she seems like she's pretty cool.
Pretty nice when I met her. She was.
I was gonna say she seems.
Yeah. Got a picture with her and everything. I mean, she was nice. I mean, she was nice to me. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, you might hear stuff. I mean, people have their days, so whatever. I mean,
it is what it is. But I mean, every time I've seen her like talking to like usual fans or something, she usually seems like a really nice person. So
yeah, she
was her and two other people that are like in the Sharknado.
Like, she was in Urban Legends. That's right.
Urban Legends. That's what they had the reunion on. I couldn't remember.
But yeah,
they all kind of tied in together in the 90s. They all mushed after Scream. It's like now with the paranormal stuff, whether it's Conjuring or whatever, it's the trends that it goes through. And then I get confused which one's which more. And I liked each series. I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legends.
Yeah.
Final Destination was
great. I
great.
reached out to her and two other people with the Sharknado movies. She's never responded, but the other two I've been talking to since October. So maybe eventually we'll have somebody from Sharknado, not necessarily in the film. I mean, possibly. I don't want to give it away because something comes up and they never come on. But I am working on Sharknado people. I've been working on Sharknado people since October. So maybe, cross your fingers.
Who knows? We'll see.
But it's one of those things. If you get one on, you could possibly get them to say, "Hey,
they'll enjoy
if you want to bring a few other cast members on and reminisce." They love that. You get one, you can get them all.
It's like, hey, let's get a reunion going.
Like I'd like to do. I was mentioning getting like a Nightmare on Elm Street 5 cast together. Do a sit down live with them because I talked to a couple of them from the film, and that'd be a fun one. Because now they're doing conventions together, and you can see that they're so excited to see each other.
Yeah,
and that's a fun thing. Even like the '78 cast, like you could tell Nick Castle looks at James Jude Court, even though they're not really that far in age. But James, you could tell Nick Castle looks up. It's family. Like, it's my son because he's taking on the role of the Shape. Don't ever say Michael Myers' son. It's the Shape.
Yeah.
But even like with PJ Souls and Will Sandin, all of them, they were totally. I got her name on a lot of things. She was really funny. They were all nice. All of the 78 guys.
I don't think
Bob signed it. I said, "Get me a beer, Bob." He said, "No."
Yeah, we need to reach out to PJ Souls. I don't think we've done that yet.
I can't remember. I'll have to go through my Instagram.
I don't know. We've reached out to so many people. Like I've had a few that I've reached out to. He's reached out, but have to look and see if there's.
It's like you want to reach out to them, but you don't want to be pushy. And they'll respond, but then you don't want to.
I always feel
it's a tough situation when you get. It's like when you respond, and if you don't get like a confirmed like day or anything, then you feel kind of bad.
I don't want to harass them out. Like I'll wait a little bit, see if they reply, see what they say, and then if I hear from them, they're like, "Oh, we'll check back and see," and then give them some time because I know they're busy too and everything. So it's like
that's what happened. One of my Sharknado people, they was rapping on a film, and they're like, "Can you hold me later?" But they're not online a lot. So it was like I talked to them like once or twice a month.
Yeah, there was someone I was hoping to
get. I know you're busy, but come on
for Women of Horror Month and. She'll probably come in April. Like she's interested in coming on, but she just got booked for a TV show. So
that can mess it up too. Whereas it's understandable too, and they'd love to. Sometimes there's just not enough time in the day, especially if you get something that comes up and you're happy for them that something came up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see her in it. So and but
a lot of them are really and not just your show. You've had some amazing guests, but it's like some of a lot of them don't even care whether you got 500,000 subscribers or 200, 300 subscribers. They're happy to come on and sit and talk to the fans. And I think that's really cool for a lot of them.
Yeah.
You can't thank them enough. I mean, and you've had amazing guests. We need to get more people. I mean, some people have missed some great streams.
I'm surprised with some of the people.
Danielle Harris, she was great. David Howard Thornton was my favorite, though. That dude is funny.
That was a hilarious
one. That dude opened up with you guys. That was my favorite stream. That's why I was like, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite guest so far because he just came on and had fun.
Yeah.
You should try to reach out to Michael Levy. He was the guy behind it. He's the Exterminator #2 who got his head cut off. He's a super nice guy. You'd enjoy talking to him. He's one of those. He's a horror fan too. He started off as a horror fan. And really, Terrified was an indie film. It wasn't. It's not. It's an indie film.
Yeah.
And it just blew up. It just was the right look, the right person. you know, and they did something special with it. And talking to him was a lot of fun. And that dude cast so many legends, like we were talking about earlier. Even Penance Lane, whether you love it or not, Tyler Maine's the lead. Scout Taylor Compton's in it. They got some other people. John Schneider's in it. Bo Duke, and he was fantastic. John Schneider is a fantastic actor. He was probably the standout role for me in that movie.
Yeah,
he was really good, really, really good. It's good to see him still acting. I mean, I was a Duke Boy fan back in the, you know, I was born in '76, so Knight Rider and the Dukes, and it was cool to see him in it. I even wore, when I was doing the interview, my I got like there's in Branson, Missouri, there's a place that has the old General Lee, and they had you know, a Good Old Boys shirt. It's called Good Old Boys, and it's got the old one in front. So since I was sitting down with Mike Levy and I just watched Penance Lane, I said, you know, I even showed him, I had to put this on because John Schneider.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a really nice guy. I met him in Orlando. There used to be a convention called the FX Show.
He seems like a really cool guy.
Well, what happened was I was with a friend of mine, and we had run into him just for a minute, and like we weren't, you know, we didn't want to bother him or whatever. He wasn't at his table at the time, or he was getting ready to leave, or he was doing something. I don't remember. It was quite a while ago, but he was nice enough, and his assistant, whoever he was with, was like a total jerk. And John just goes, you want a picture? Like, we didn't ask, we just wanted to say, hey, you know. And he goes, oh, you guys want a picture? And his was like having an attitude with us.
No,
like, we didn't ask. He offered to take the picture. Like, come on, you know, don't be mad at us. We didn't even ask him. I mean, he was such a nice guy. It was just like, hey, yeah, you can get
that's always cool to hear about. I mean, that's like when I met the Fonz, Henry Winkler. You want to talk about class? I mean, I know we're doing horror, but hey, Scream.
He was in Scream, so yeah.
That dude's in his 70s, and you know, everybody at Comic-Con was standing in line with that guy, and he greeted everybody like they were his friend. Never in a bad mood, never cranky, big handshake, smile. Talk about. I mean, it was. I always say, there's only one person cooler than the Fonz, and that's Henry Winkler. That guy is a gem, living legend. If you ever get a chance to meet him.
I hope. Who knows? But we'll see if he.
Just awesome.
Let's see. Bones was saying he likes a couple that we did there. He was very fun.
He's talking about Rebecca Reinhart and Rob Mello.
Yeah, and Rob Mello from Happy Death Day. Yeah, Rob's a good guy. He's funny. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of fun people. They've all been great.
Yeah. Another one on my list, I put Kathy Bates. American Horror Story, Misery, Dolores Claiborne. All of those great ones.
I had a girlfriend that I used to call, that when we broke up, I swear it was that same person came out, Kathy Bates. I was like, when we broke up with her, it was like, wow, that went a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, Kathy is.
And the next thing I know, my roommate's letting her in, and I come home from work, and she's sitting at the table talking. I'm like, this girl's gonna fucking kill me. Sleep. Not even joking. She had those, you know, she was an attractive girl, but she had those dead eyes. She had Michael Myers' eyes of death.
Oh God, the black eyes,
the blackest. But yeah, Kathy Bates is a legend. I mean, she's a legendary actress, and that role is probably still my favorite that she's done. And she's done some great ones, you know, Fried Green Tomatoes or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was a great movie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I mean, just the performance she put in Misery was, you know, second to none.
Yeah, Misery and Dolores Claiborne, I think, are both really good with her in it. And we got I'm probably going to mutilate this name too. Sharnarni Vincent. She played Erin.
Serena Vincent.
Yeah. She played Erin in You're Next, which I think is which I watched this last night because I put her on the list because I think Erin is probably one of the best women characters there is in horror movies. I was like, I really want to watch that. I couldn't find a stream anymore, so I had to go dig out my DVD. But yeah, I really like it. She also played Tina in Bait, which is a really good
shark movie. Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, the effects are kind of but the movie is great. Great concept. The tsunami brings a couple great whites into a mall or a grocery store.
Yeah.
And the people are trapped inside the grocery store.
It was like a big old shopping center. It was more than a grocery store.
Yeah, because there's a what they call a car park because they're in Australia. So it's like an underground parking lot in there as well. But yeah, I think Bait is on Tubi as well. So if you like shark movies, definitely check out Bait.
I was going to say that,
but great movie.
Bones was saying, and I was about to say this too, and I looked over and he said it too. She was in Cabin Fever when she shaved her leg and the skin came off.
Oh, I didn't even see that on the list when I was making that. But
I met her at the FX show when that was still around. It was funny. I ended up hanging out with her and some of the volunteers there by like the dock there or pool area, and I had actually also. Petey happened to be there, and that's how she went to Spooky Empire for the first time. I introduced them, and she goes to me like 5 minutes within talking to her. She goes, "You're a Libra, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I can tell. I get along so well with Libra." So it's just like the coolest person. And then I had asked her, like, we were just talking. I didn't bring up her roles or anything because I just wanted to chill and not like fan out or anything. We were just having a good time. And I said, she said how she did better in horror, and I was saying, well, what was it again? And she goes, most successful, or what have I been in? And she was like joking around, and she mentioned Cabin Fever, and I was like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that because it was recent, like maybe a couple years when the movie had come out at the time after when I met her. And I go, yeah, I remember the girl that shaved her legs and the skin came off, and she's like, that was me. I'm like, I'm glad it was you. I didn't feel like an idiot.
I don't remember your name or your face, but I remember your legs.
I remember those legs. I remember those legs.
Iconic. That's the only thing you can remember from that.
So at least I remember her role. But yeah, that was a crazy scene with the skin coming off when she's shaving her leg. Like, if you haven't seen Cabin Fever, that's definitely a good one.
I hate to say bye to you guys because I've had such a good time, but I gotta, unfortunately, I can hear my guy getting up and
yeah, you're fine.
He's been napping all day after the movie. Batman really put him to sleep. Really wore him out. But I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And thanks to all you guys in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll see you again sometime. Maybe we'll do a independent clown movie sometime.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm totally down. I'll get my clown set up behind me. I'll have it set up with all my clown masks and stuff.
Nice.
Make sure I fit the theme.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks again.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too.
Bones was saying that he hates the remake. The remake is poo. Yeah. The Cabin Fever remake wasn't that good. Then they had a Cabin Fever, what was it, Patient Zero?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I own all of them, but the first one is the best.
Yeah.
Definitely the first one's the best. I think I ended up buying the remake without watching it. I just picked it up for a couple dollars from the video store. But yeah, I really like the first one. I think I own Patient Zero or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I do.
And then the second one was like Spring Fever, where they were at the dance or whatever and spread.
Yeah, I know I got that one. That one sounds familiar.
So yeah, he liked Bones liked the second one, but the first one is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. First one's the best.
I honestly don't even remember the remake that much. That's how bad it was. So like I don't really care.
Another one I got on my list is Toni Collette. Mm-hmm. I'm probably not saying her name right, but she was in, even though I despise this movie, I will still say she's a great actress. She was in Hereditary. She was in Krampus. She was in the Fright Night remake and Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
So she's a brilliant actress, but even though I don't like one of the movies, I do not hold it against her. I just don't like the movie itself.
Yeah. Let's see. Bones said the remake took all the cool and funny parts out. Yeah.
Yeah, it did make it more serious. Yeah, there was no dentist to get your pancakes and pancakes.
earlier, like in the chat, I don't remember how it got brought up, but Lake Placid, she hasn't done a ton of horror movies, but gotta love Betty White in that. That
definitely. Yeah.
She was awesome.
That was probably like one of, I wouldn't say one of her best roles. I'll say definitely her best horror role. I don't think she's been in anything.
I don't think she's done any other horror roles besides that.
The lines itself. It's like, I used to have, if I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it as my notification for, I don't know, as long until I got a different phone and I couldn't have that notification anymore.
Yep.
What? No effing Pancake Kid? I don't think so. At least it's been a while since I've seen a remake, so I might be lying, but I'm pretty sure they didn't add Dennis to it. But, did you have another one on your list, or you want me to keep going?
You can go ahead.
Sissy Spacek, the original
Carrie, yes.
So, yeah, definitely. I don't remember if she was in anything else, like, horror-wise. I know she was in other things, but,
like the coal miner's daughter, and yeah.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what other horror she did. That might be it.
I didn't have time to, like the rest of the names, I don't have, like, a lot of lists going of, like, all their movies. But, because I only had time to put down a few of them. But, yeah. Of course, original Carrie, you don't even need to look that up. If you
Everybody knows Carrie. Well, hopefully horror fans know Carrie. Yeah.
Right. They're not pillows, mama. Dirty bellows. And we've already talked about Jamie Lee Curtis, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, I was actually thinking her earlier too, but you brought her up before me. Yep,
definitely Sigourney Weaver. Mm-hmm. She was,
and even in Ghostbusters, technically too, family horror. So
yeah. And she was in Ghostbusters. She's in the Alien movies. She's in Cabin by the Woods. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I absolutely love that movie. I think it's brilliant because that's my type of movie. I like the horror comedies, but a lot of people hate on it. But I like it. Yes, Cabin in the Woods, Ghostbusters. I'm sure she's in the other ones. I just can't think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. If you want to go the route, it's not extreme horror, but if you want to go with family horror and family comedy, Hocus Pocus, Bette Midler, Jessica. Shoot, what's her last name? What's Jessica's last name, people? I can't think of it right now. I know she's married to Matthew Broderick, but yeah, the three witches in that. I mean, they're hilarious. I can't wait. I think it's supposed to be in October. Disney Plus is going to have Hocus Pocus 2. They finished filming it. So.
Oh, nice.
The Sanderson sisters are back.
Nice. So, Linda Blair.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Just Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh.
Come on. But yeah, Linda Blair, even though technically Eileen Dietz played the demon, not Linda Blair, they made, because she was too young to do it, they made an 18-year-old look like the demon.
Right.
But everybody gives credit to Linda Blair.
And then there was a woman who played Pazuzu too, but I didn't get a chance to look up her name, so I don't remember what her name was. Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. Of course, Marilyn Burns, original Texas Chainsaw.
Yep.
We've already talked about Heather Lanningcamp, Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah. Child's Play or Bride of Chucky. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely consider her in that. Barbara Crampton.
Oh yeah, of course. Reanimator.
80s Queen. She was in a lot,
and she's coming back too in Creepshow and some I forget the name. She did a movie recently too. And
Jacob's wife or something like that.
Yeah, Jacob's wife.
I know it's on Shudder. I was gonna watch it today, but we had to leave because my dog's like terrified of thunderstorms, so we had to leave and make sure we was back by the time it was supposed to start storming. So I didn't get a chance to watch it, but yeah. And I never realized, like I said, I watched Your Next last night. I've watched that movie countless of times. I absolutely love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did not realize she played the mother.
Yeah, Barbara Crampton was the mother.
I did not realize that until last night. It's like, why is she look? Because she don't really look herself. I was like, why does that woman look familiar? And then later on, I seen it was Barbara Crampton. I was like, well, no wonder she looked familiar.
Yeah, I met her at a Texas Frightmare. She was really nice. So.
And Lynn Quigley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, trash. She was in Clownado. She's not trash. She's just her character.
Yeah, her character's name was trash.
I better, in case people don't know what I'm talking about.
She may have been trashy in the movie. You know. For those who saw it, you know how she is. Some good-looking trash, though.
And Lynn Shea.
Mm-hmm. Insidious. All the
Vera Farmiga.
I forget how to say her name.
Played. She was in Conjuring movies. She played Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, and of course Bates Motel.
Right. Yeah, I just figured that one, since it's newer, would be more rememberable. But yeah, she's great. I'm haunting the chat now. Oh no! Just watched Uncharted today. You guys like video games turned movies? I don't mind them, but I usually don't.
Those are good. There's been some bad video game movies, but there's been some good ones too.
Yeah, I don't mind them, but it just kind of depends, because usually I don't know the game that it's based off of. So I'll watch something and I might think it's good, but somebody that knows the game's like, oh, this is horrible. It's nothing like the game. I don't know that. It's like, I never played the game, so... Like, I kind of like Monster Hunter, but a lot of people hated on that. But I thought it was cool to see space. You know,
well, she was in The Ring 2, Phantom of Paradise, American Haunting, Castle Rock. Oh, yeah, she was in Castle Rock. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't have time to look at her. I know she was in Carrie off the top of my head, and that's the only thing I was able to put down. It's like I had a bunch of notes on everybody else, and then I was like, I got to a point I just started typing names. So it's like, I don't have time. I got to get moving. Yeah, I looked her up.
Yeah. Cheater. No, that's fine.
That's basically all the ones I had on my list. So if you got...
Let's see. Doomsday said most of the time movies on games are bad. Very few are good. Yeah. So true.
Yeah, I think I enjoy them more because I don't know or usually play the game. So I'm just basically, like, all my knowledge is just the movie. So I think I'm a little bit different on that, but... Oh, shit.
Bowen's just trying to help. Appreciate it.
I just got this today. Satanic Panic.
Yeah, the Walmart version, they took out the word satanic. They just called it panic.
Yeah, I got this at Dollar Tree. So...
It's the same movie, but they edited out the title because they didn't.
Right, it's probably just the sleeve. How much you want to bet the inside says Satanic Panic? It do like what the Christmas Horror Story did, where they edited the slipcover but not the movie.
I think they did it on the movie too, if I remember. I don't know. Well, we can find out.
I'm trying to open it to find out, but my nails ain't cooperating with me right.
It might just be the slipcover. I can't remember if it was.
We'll find out in a second as soon as I get this damn thing open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks for trying to help. I have so many tabs open. I could probably open more. I just don't want to.
And of course, for women in horror, got to give a shout out to all the independent actresses, the ones that we've had on: Danielle Donahue, Rebecca Reinhardt, Mel Heflin, Jamie Morgan. Who else? We got some Wild Eye actresses. Trying to remember offhand.
Dylan.
Oh yeah, Dylan Fawn Harvey.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I'm right. Satanic Panic says it on the movie, but not the slipcover. I guarantee. I bet you this was a Walmart thing.
Yep.
Aaron is like, could you guys ever see a superhero horror movie? And Mr. Bones is right. Yeah, Brightburns.
Yeah.
The Boys. I would consider that borderline horror. If you've seen that, it's on Amazon.
On Prime.
Also, I haven't seen the New Mutants, so I can't say. You're breaking up.
That was a weird one.
You broke up. I didn't hear you. I don't know if anybody else did.
I just said New Mutants was weird.
Oh,
that's weird. I got a weird Wi-Fi symbol next. I haven't seen that before. I don't know. I sound okay now, and
no, you got all digitally and broke up a lot, or I couldn't hear what you said. But yeah, I guess New Mutants, but I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Now that Wi-Fi little symbol disappeared. That's weird. Am I better now?
Yeah.
The sound. Yeah. Something weird just happened. I don't know. Like maybe I had a weak Wi-Fi signal. I don't know.
Okay. I'll leave you down there.
Yeah, we said Dylan Fawn Harvey, Jamie Morgan, Danielle Donahue. Eileen Isley. Can't forget her. Yeah.
Definitely can't forget her. We've already brought up Rebecca Reinhardt, but we bring her up again.
Let's see. Aaron said Watchmen was a good horror show. Wish it was more than one season. I think they just did one season of that. Felt way too short.
I'm not sure. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know. Oh, sorry. I was kind of elaborate a little bit more where he said, "Do you think a superhero movie could be, as a horror movie, could be good?" It all depends on how they make it. I mean, you can't just like slap on which I know. I think Superman's been evil in the past. You just can't like slap. Okay, Superman's evil now. You're gonna like it. Well, technically, that's what Brightburn was, but they did it good. But you can also have somebody that does it horribly, and it's like, oh, this is horrible. So it just all depends on how they bring it. So it's not usually always the script. It's usually how they bring it to us.
Right.
Or I shouldn't say the script, like the plot, I guess.
Sorry, I was reading the text. That's where, my mom just texted me saying that we froze, well, on her end, but it says she has no internet connection. Yeah, that's not good. Probably might have to something with her phone then, because she doesn't have internet there. She just
you froze on my end, so maybe I froze too. I couldn't see it because it wasn't showing. So maybe, I don't know, but I know you froze for me.
Yeah.
You're looking. Brightburn was good, but I was like, what the fuck am I watching? A horror or superhero? It was both.
Yeah, Child Superman gone bad.
Yeah,
that's good.
Definitely. But yeah, I thought Brightburn was good. Definitely. If Superman, technically, because he had the same superpowers basically as Superman, but he wasn't Superman. But what if Superman grew up as a bad kid? Type of thing.
Yeah. Super strength, laser eyes, all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was basically Superman just not Superman.
Yeah, I can't think of any other like superhero horror movies really. But yeah, you're right there. Like The Boys, though, he Homelander,
right, especially Homelander.
Oof.
My dog's freaking out because it was thundering. So she's climbing all over my husband right now. Which I think the storm might be gone. I haven't heard thunder in a while. Yeah. Brightburn was great.
Let's see. Who else we got here? I'm trying to think what other people we can mention. I mean, there's so many. I mean, if we looked up,
right,
we could go on for hours of women in horror. There's so many.
No, hell, I'll bring up Darcy. Because not only is she the male girl for Joe Bob, she was also in at least one, there might have been multiple, of the Bunny Man movies.
Yeah.
So, and she was in something else too. I just don't remember what it was. They also put her in the Friday the 13th video game. Like there was a picture of her in the Friday the 13th. I never did find it, but I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks. I need to watch The Boys, but I don't have Amazon Prime. Yeah, that sucks. That's a great show.
Aaron, I forget, you have a Facebook, right? Because I don't know if you joined our group. Because message me later, I'll tell you something about that. A little off track here, but did you see they released the trailer for Sharkula finally?
Yeah, I watched it earlier.
Yes, that looks like it's going to be funny.
Yes. Yeah, I watched it earlier because Kyle shared it, so I watched it because he's going to be in it.
Yeah,
I think I seen his post before I saw Jeff's. If I remember,
actually, I think I saw Tim's first, and then Jeff. I don't know, but yeah, they all.
I think I friended Tim. I don't know. I have to look. I don't know. There's so many I forgot to send requests out to, so I don't remember. But I saw Kyle's, so I watched the trailer and I thought that was funny.
It's like we've been hearing about it for so long. Finally,
yeah, especially with them all talking and then pointing out my shark. Which every time I'm on the computer, I'm on a video call. Somebody always mentions my shark. I was in teacher conferences, and only one of the teachers mentioned my shark. I was watching movie trailers before Uncharted, and there's some weird movie. Wow, and those would be like more mainstream movies too. They won't put a lesser mainstream movie with a mainstream. Lesser mainstream trailer with a mainstream movie usually, so that's interesting. I like the new DC Justice League with The Rock.
It's they're doing Black Adam. I think The Rock.
Oh, okay. I was like,
or Dark Adam. Or is it Black Adam or Dark Adam?
Yeah, it's called Black Adam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was confused. I was like, Justice League. I've watched both Justice League movies, the Zack Snyder version and whatever the other dude's name version was. I was like, I don't remember The Rock in that movie. I was a little confused.
Yeah, not yet. It's coming out. So.
Motion detected at the front door. Where are they going? They're going to
yeah, the Black Adam. I haven't seen a trailer yet, but I like The Rock, so yeah, I just watched a movie with him in it. I think it was last night before I watched Your Next. We watched Red Notice. That's on Netflix. It's him and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot in it. It's not horror related. It's a crime type movie. It was fun. Ryan Reynolds, of course, Ryan Reynolds. The Rock was a little bit different. He wasn't his typical self. He was kind of his typical self, but not. But we had fun watching. It was a lot of laughs. Of course, Ryan Reynolds is hilarious. I'll watch anything with Ryan Reynolds in it.
There's a movie coming out. I don't know I think it might be coming on Netflix or something where he's like going to be a time traveler and he runs into his younger self.
Oh, the Adam Project.
Yep. That's
yeah. Yeah, I'll probably end up watching that too. I haven't seen if it's up yet or not, but I'll probably watch that too.
Yeah, I forget if it's like within the next couple months or so, or month or end of the month, but should be soon.
Yeah, because they have a picture of it or something when I pull up Netflix, so it should be coming out soon if it's not already.
So could The Rock and John Cena team up and fight each other? That'd be cool. The Peacemaker versus Black Adam.
Yeah, well, that would be DC versus Marvel, so I think, wouldn't it? No,
they're both DC.
Are they? Okay, never mind. See, I don't know shit.
Well, who knows? Maybe Black Adam will make a guest appearance on the second season of Peacemaker. Who knows? Because they are going to be doing a second season, and they had
probably keep Vigilante. I absolutely adore him.
Oh my god! Well, won't spoil it for those who haven't seen Peacemaker, but there's some interesting cameos in the last episode of the season. It's really funny.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. That he is DC. Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Oh my god, duh. Oh, that was stupid. But See, I don't know enough about comics. I've never been into comics. Nothing against them. I don't really care if other people like them. I just never been my thing, so I can't keep that straight.
That was funny. It was either it might have been the first episode when he was in the hospital. He was talking about Aquaman. He's like, yeah, he fucks fish. I know to do that aquarium. He comes in and fucks a tuna.
But yeah, that would be funny. The Rock. I guess it depends. Maybe if The Rock is supposed to be funny as playing Black Adam. I don't know. I haven't seen a trailer.
Or it might be a serious or
unless it's more serious. If it's more serious, it probably won't work unless he brings a little bit of his funny side. If there's a versus movie, but that would be a good one. Or John Cena just go, can't see me.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed Peacemaker.
Yes,
I wasn't really sure when I first heard it was coming out. I'm like, that is the weirdest character to do a spinoff, but they
exactly. I felt the same way. I was like, they picked the worst character. Why couldn't they pick one of these other ones? I think they would have had a better story, but no, I regret every word I said. I know this show's great.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, Vigilante. I absolutely adore him.
Having a good time fucking killing people. He got to bring us down. He just wants to kill everybody. They're like, no.
Yes. He's like their version of Deadpool, put it that way, if nobody's seen it yet. But yeah, Vigilante is great. Actually, when I was watching the trailer, because I wasn't really paying attention, I don't know if I don't remember. I was like, is that Ryan Reynolds? Because I really thought it might have been like have his voice change up a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, but he's really good.
His costume is almost a little bit like Deadpool. Yeah. I mean, not red, but
apparently his character was goofy like that. At least according to my husband, his character was goofy like that in the comics. Okay. So I guess that was their fight back to Deadpool. I guess. I don't know. Don't quote me. Like I said, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So when it comes to comics and stuff, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring up Sarah Michelle Gellar, of course.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget her.
She wasn't even on the thumbnail.
I know. That's why I was like, hello, McFly.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even put her in the thumbnail.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And Scream 2. She played Cece. Buffy.
Jennifer Love Hewitt as well.
Yeah.
And bring up I Know What You Did Last Summer because she was in that.
Yeah.
Here's
what
another
are you waiting for? I'm right here. I remember seeing that in the theater. That was good.
You guys getting Ash vs. Evil Dead on May 13th? I want to so bad. As long as I have the money, I'm buying that son of a bitch. I want that game so bad. But it all depends if I have the money. But I want that game bad. I've been following like the stories when I was doing the news. I just haven't been able to do it the last few, this year so far. But yeah, I was following the stories of like the characters and the like stuff they would release about it. It's like yeah, I want that game so bad.
Should be
but it's supposed to release on pretty much every system. I think it was going to be on the computer, PS4, Xbox. I don't know if it was supposed to be for Switch. Maybe. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be for like every platform it was releasing to.
Oh, I don't know if it's on Switch or not, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Switch. I remember it was going to be Xbox, PlayStation, and computer.
Yeah. You got.
I've never really technically played a game on the computer, unless you count because I have Steam, but we basically just got the Steam account before my son was old enough to have his own account. So then he just got his own account. Left me abandoned with some of his games, but I do have Steam. I have played a little bit of the KFC dating game, and that's like literally the only computer game I've ever played.
I played like Sims, but
I have Sims, but it's on PlayStation 4.
So
yeah. I used to love the PlayStation 2 Sims. I used to play the shit out of those, but the PlayStation 4, I haven't quite got the hang of the mechanics yet. It's a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
And what the PlayStation 2 was, so I haven't really played it. I own the 4, or Sims 4 for the PlayStation 4, but I haven't played it a lot. Yes, there is a KFC dating game. It is on Switch, or not Switch, Steam. I believe it was free. I don't know if it still is or not, but it was free.
So is your character the Colonel? We got Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, you do get to talk to the Colonel though. He's like the one that everybody wants to date and whatever. But I only played it for a little bit. But
he the Hugh Hefner of fried chicken.
And it got it looking like all anime things, and he's not an old man. He's kind of a younger man, but he's still got the beard and everything, and it's like this cooking thing, and then there's like this little corgi that like judging the cooking. It's weird. Like I said, it's like anime-ish. It's fucking weird. But it was, I worked at KFC for a few years, and I was like, I gotta have this game. So yeah, there is a dating game with KFC that's on Steam. I don't know if you can find it anywhere else, but it is on Steam. Yeah, and I know it used to be free. So if you got Steam, you want to check it out. Pretty sure it's free to get Steam. So
also Megan Fox. Gotta bring up Jennifer. Oh yeah. Gotta bring her up.
Pretty sure she was on the thumbnail as well.
Yeah. The picture of her with the lighter in her body.
Yeah.
I like to call it Jennifer's hot body.
Yeah, that's another great movie. I know a lot of people hate on her, but I don't care. I like her.
So, yeah.
I watched a movie. Forget what it's called. I just bought it from I bought it from Walmart. I think it was called Prey. It was like her against some lions.
Lions, yeah, Prey.
Yeah. She wasn't as great in that one, but she wasn't awful. I mean, just the movie itself, because the lions are CGI and all that, but
right.
But it wasn't that great, but it wasn't like totally awful.
Oh, and I should mention too. Also, we had her on last week, Lindsay Crane, Book of Monsters. If anyone hasn't checked that out, she's really good. So I can't wait for the next Book of Monsters. That should be good. I can't wait to learn some more stuff about that. So, who else we got?
I don't know. Thumbnail, since apparently we're starting to pick off people that we haven't talked to that I added in the thumbnail.
I think we covered everyone in the thumbnail. I'm looking at it right now.
The woman that was in the Birds, what was her name? Tippi?
Oh, Tippi Hedren. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, what was this girl's name? She was in the remake of Carrie. I may have talked about her already.
Oh, Chloe. She played Hit Girl and what was it, Badass or whatever? No, not Badass. Oh my god, Kick-Ass. Badass is Danny Trejo.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a little bit, but yeah, we got recovered Neve Campbell. Yeah, we got everybody else that's on here.
Drew Barrymore.
Yep, Drew Barrymore.
We're talking about Scream.
Yeah, national. I don't know where the fuck I got that from. Sir, the freaking zombie show that's on Netflix. I can't think of the damn name. Santa Clara's Diet.
Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah. I will get it eventually.
Yeah. John was saying, thanks again for having him on. Got to get you both on soon. Yeah. So we'll figure something else out. My first
invite.
Got your invite cherry popped. I'm invited. Woo-hoo. Let's go crazy. Let's see who else was in Scream. We mentioned Emma Roberts. Well, Courtney Cox, of course.
Right. I can't think. What was that one girl's name that got caught up in the garage?
Tatum was the character. Rose McGowan.
There we go.
Yeah. So I know for a little while she was with Marilyn Manson for a while.
Aaron says we all dead. I don't understand what they're talking about.
Is that the show title? I think he means. You were saying something about Netflix. But no, it was Santa Clarita Diet, not Weird.
Yeah. So I was off screen for a little bit, so I didn't see when that popped up. But yeah, I was looking at the thumbnail. Maybe see who else we missed that I put in the thumbnail.
Oh, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
Yeah, that was great.
I remember the first time I saw that, seeing her getting her head smashed in, like, damn! What's the girl's name who was in the new Scream? She was really good. The one sister.
I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. You gotta see the new Scream. It's good.
I want to. I just don't have money.
Talk to me later. It's somewhere.
Yeah, I know your way, but yeah, I also know what I've said. There's like literally only one way I could do your way, and I'd have to be here for 2 hours, and I squirm enough.
John said, got to give Courtney Cox credit. They did not want her for Scream.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, she did great in Scream.
Yeah. I don't really see anyone else as Gale Weathers.
Right.
I've heard talking about a book. I'll send you a copy. Boom. Bitch went down.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, she did fight.
And she got fought with.
Right? Yeah.
Who was in the second one? Jada Pinkett Smith in the second one when she got killed in the beginning. That was a good one. When they saw
and then there was, I think it was in the fourth one. It was either the third or fourth. The girl that basically was the horror nerd.
Hayden Panettiere, yeah.
Yeah. I thought she did good.
They're talking about maybe bringing her back. She played Kirby in it. That was her name.
I hope so. I liked her character.
Let's see. Yeah, she was the good Jennifer Aniston, Courtney, because he said Friends, and I'm like, sorry to say Jennifer Aniston. No, Courtney Cox was the good girl in Friends. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen some of Friends, but I've never really watched it in order, and I've never watched, I've never watched them all. I've never watched them all.
So. Yeah, me either. I've seen an episode here and there, but that's about it. Only if I was tired to flip a station or whatever. But I've never really watched it. No. I mean, I kind of know who the character. I don't really know the characters by name, but I recognize them.
What's funny, I do remember seeing a couple episodes. Joey has his pet dog. That was really funny in the apartment. And then they were at the coffee place. I don't know what it was. I think it was called Central Park. Where they hung out in the coffee area. I remember there was this one guy they were looking at because his gym shorts were like really short and he didn't have any underwear underneath, and they're like, oh my god, and they were like comment, and then finally one of the guys, like, he didn't realize why people were staring at him, and I can't remember if it was one of the friends, Ross or someone. It might have been someone who worked there. It might have just been someone who worked at the coffee shop, but he goes, hey buddy, put the mouse back in the house. And then I remember an episode where Joey was talking about he saw someone at a casino. He's my identical hand twin. Let's see. It wasn't like today, really, the tail end where TV was death sentence in film. For what do you
like an actor or actress, where if they got in like TV, that's basically set for TV roles, I think is what they're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Instead of, getting like breakout and go into movies and whatnot. But
and also kind of typecast as that certain character.
Right, yeah, typecast. And what did we watch? Oh, we watched the new episodes of Space Force. Have you seen that with Steve Carell?
I haven't watched that yet. Is that good?
It's funny. The lady that plays Phoebe is his wife.
Okay.
But yeah, since we're talking about Friends, but yeah, that's pretty funny. The season 2 is up on Netflix now, so we ended up binge watching both seasons because it's been so long that we forgot about the first season, so we just watched from the beginning to the end. The other day, I just binge watched both seasons in like a day.
Uh-huh.
Right.
being in horror was
very different now. Being in horror was the same thing. That is true.
I think before she was in Friends, Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun. I think that was before Friends. So,
I believe that was one. I'll say one of her first because I don't remember if it was her first. But
who was it? Was it her that was in Texas Chainsaw Next Generation? Or also, I know it's Matthew McConaughey, and I forget if it was.
I know. I want to say Bridget because she's in Bridget Diaries.
Oh, Renee Zellweger. Never mind.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I couldn't think of her real name. I just see Bridget.
Yeah. Well, I know. What was it? Scream Factory was going to do something, or they didn't release it, or because they were saying they didn't want to be associated with it, or whatever. It's like, well, you already did it. It's like, yeah, okay, so you're bigger stars now, but you don't want to like take credit for what you started in. Come on.
I think that's one of the few, unfortunately, I do not own, and it's just because I never came across it, or because I found it like on sale cheap because I'm a cheapskate. So
I think what it was, they just took the name off the cover, like off the front cover or whatever. They just didn't want it like advertised as them in it.
Pretty sure Leprechaun. That's what I was thinking too. That Leprechaun was her first role, but I didn't have her IMDb pulled up, and I'm being lazy and I don't want to pull another tab up, so I didn't want to confirm it. That's why I was like, I think it might.
I'm pretty sure that was her first role, though.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, I like, got St. Patrick's Day coming up and got the Leprechaun movies. I own all of them, even Origins. I do like the new one that they did.
Returns, yeah.
I couldn't think of what the little subtitle was, but yeah, I do like that one. That one's good.
Yes.
Origins is just...
It's not even a leprechaun. It's not even a leprechaun. It's like, I don't know what that is.
It's just like, oh my God. But
and no offense, but it's like a WE Productions. It's like
Which was See No Evil, technically.
Yeah, it was. And it was so much better. That's what I'm like, they did something really good and then something really shitty. It's like,
Origins was just bad. But yeah. But I remember I watched it because at the time I've been like in and out of wrestling for a while. My dad watches WWE. I quit watching when they switched basically from WWF to WWE. So I haven't watched in years. I think I did watch one where they had a bunch of people from the past like come in and do something, but I think that was a couple years ago. I don't really remember, but I know a lot of the older characters. I used to watch quite a bit, but I couldn't tell you a lot of the new characters because I haven't watched. But my dad still watches, like, he don't watch like Royal Rumbles and stuff like that because we used to rent them from the store, but he'll watch the ones that are on the TV, like Raw and whatever. Yeah, the Hornswoggle Leprechaun. That's Origins. That's the one we do not speak of.
Like Leprechaun in Space was better.
Yes, I will take Leprechaun in Space over Origins any day.
An actual fucking leprechaun. I do like Leprechaun in the Hood when he gets high. It's hilarious.
Then he goes back to the hood. And
then back to the hood.
I own all the Leprechauns, even the unfortunate ones.
Yeah, I have the Leprechaun collection, all 7 of them. Yeah.
Someone at the front door. Probably somebody either drove by or walked by the house.
The neighbor came home.
Oh, apparently the neighbor came home. I watched wrestling a few times. I'm out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I never got into wrestling. Like, I know certain.
I basically watched it because my dad was watching it. So, and when I was little, we only had one TV. We didn't have multiple TVs. So if one person's watching something, that's how I got into the Cubs. Cubs are on. That's what you're watching. So wrestling comes on, and that's what Dad's watching. That's what you're watching. So, like, I watched, The Undertaker when he first came out and all that. So, I like the 80s. Yeah.
I gave up in 1986 after the 2020 special.
But, yeah, I watched all that. And then when I moved out, we watched a little bit because me and my ex, we tried to get the pay-per-view that Owen Hart ended up passing away, but I think at the time it already happened, but we didn't know it, and they wouldn't allowing like payments for people to get the pay-per-view. And then we found out later that Owen Hart had unfortunately passed away. And so I've been kind of in and out of it. I haven't watched it a lot recently, but older characters I know more. I just got a WWE wrestling game on my PlayStation. I think it was called Battle something. It was real cartoonish looking. It looks fun as hell. I played with it a few times. I stopped watching around the time Undertaker came to WWF. That was about the time. I know I watched a little bit before that, but it was about the time I was starting to watch it. Maybe a little bit more because I got real fascinated with the Undertaker. Oh, wrestler shops at your work. Nice. Can you say which one or no? Just out of curiosity. If you're not allowed to say it, it's fine. It's totally understandable. I remember in my hometown, we had an itty bitty ass mall, but we had some wrestlers come. I don't remember who it was because it was a long ass time ago. Come in and people were lined up getting signatures. Also had Fabio was at that mall one time doing signatures. Fabio is technically the first celebrity I ever met and got an autograph from, but I have no idea where his signed picture went to. I've lost it in my moves. Natalie Hart and her husband. She must be a newer person because I don't recognize that name. She's like the niece of Owen Hart. Okay. So yeah, I definitely don't know her because she's probably a lot younger. That'd be cool to be able to meet them. Because I remember I didn't get in the line and meet the wrestlers when they came to our mall, but I met Fabio. Hopefully.
I was so mad at a coworker. I'm sure I probably mentioned some other episode of that where Chris Tucker came into Suncoast where I used to work, the movie store, and Matt, I saw him out of the corner of my eye because I was coming back from my lunch, heading to the back, and I walked by and heard him say ID, and then he goes, "Never mind," and I was like, "That's weird. I don't know why he's acting all weird," and so I just went to the back, and he came back and he goes, "Dude, you know who that just was? Chris Tucker was just here." I'm like, the fuck? You didn't tell me to say hi to it? Like, what the hell? I walked right by him and you didn't even say anything. I was mad at him for the longest time. like, why wouldn't you tell me that he's there? Like, come on, man. It's like, damn it, I had to go to lunch break when he was there. That sucks. Like, even Kathy, the assistant manager, at first I thought she was messing with me because I had just sat down for lunch and like maybe within a minute or 2 minutes, she started buzzing for me. I gave up wrestling after it was busted as fake.
I tried to mute it, but yeah, he wanted to break it to chat and say it anyway. So.
But she started buzzing me, and I'm like, what the fuck? She knows that. I thought she was messing with me, and then she held it down and went out. And I'm like, yes, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? She's like, you want to help someone on the floor? I'm like, huh? And she's like, it's Patrick Ewing. And I look, I'm like, oh, damn it, I can see him back there freaking like 7 foot tall. Because his wife's from Daytona, and went up and helped him. Mr. Like, hey, I forget if I said Patrick or Mr. Ewing or whatever. Anything I can do to help you with? I go, I'm Steven. I can help you. And he shook my hand. It was like covering my whole hand. It was like huge. And he goes, and it was so funny what he asked for because I never would expect. He's like, yeah, you got the new season of Stargate or Dune? I was like, he's a sci-fi nerd. Yes.
Aaron just said, yes, we will call him a troll. He lives under my bed. He's got headphones on now, so he can't hear me. But yeah, no, it's not a troll. But we could call him a troll. My son just walked by and like, what are you talking about? You have a troll under your bed?
Yeah. I know who else I wanted to mention. I just now remember thinking back because of Tara Reid and American Pie. Shannon Elizabeth, 13 Ghosts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That was a really good one. I was always saying they should do like stories of like each of the ghosts, like how they died, and have like
yes, that would be great.
Have a segment.
Of talked about that. Should be like a TV series.
Have segments of each of the ghosts. It's like all they need is one season, really, 13 episodes. I mean, if they did it that way, I mean, they could make it longer if they wanted, but I mean, it could just be 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Right.
Something cool they could have done.
Yeah, I just thought. No, the only reason I said I was going to mute him is because I thought his rant was going to go longer than that, and so I muted it. I muted myself, but no, it still cracks me up. When he starts paying attention again, I'll have to say that they thought he was a troll.
Let's see. I'm going through the movies here on Tubi, seeing what other women I can think of here. Except Catherine Isabel. Anyone else you can think of?
I know there's so many. I just the lady who played Vampira, or I know I'm saying that wrong. Before there was Elvira, there was what was her name? Vampira. I don't think I'm saying that right. It was Vamp something.
Oh, got a couple people here when I was just going through Resident Evil, the final chapter. We got Ali Larder, who was actually in the Final Destinations.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Mila Jovovich, however you say it, Alice, and all the Resident Evils. But yeah, the Final Destinations she was in. I think she was in 1 and 3 or 4 or something. She was in the other one. I think it was the third one with the roller coaster. Like in that group, they were talking to her about stuff that was going on. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be another Final Destination coming out. It's either this year or
I just seen that released not too long ago, along with Scream 6.
Yeah. So, of course, we knew they were going to do that, though we know nothing about it yet. But they're going to do it,
right?
What else? There was something else I heard that there was coming out that sounded pretty good, and of course, I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming out. Let's see, so we got Final Destination. Every time I get behind like a log truck, I'm like, nope, fucking move it over. No logs coming into my face. It's like going through. Oh, what's her name? Kate Beckinsale, Underworld.
Oh yeah, definitely Kate Beckinsale.
I should watch this. It's been a while since I watched this. Oh, she was in Final Destination too. I just was going through and I found Ali, whatever her name I just said. Yeah, she's in Final Destination 2. Wasn't she in more than one of them though? I thought, or 2 of them. I can't remember.
It's possible. I don't really remember.
But yeah, she's definitely in the second one though. Let's see. Oh, Winona Ryder too, of course.
Oh yeah,
I can't forget her. Beetlejuice, Dracula.
She was in Stranger Things as well.
Stranger Things. Let's see. Covenant. What else we got? Anything else? Christy Swanson, the original Buffy.
Oh, yeah.
She was good. It's like we mentioned Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I forgot Christy Swanson.
Right.
Train.
Oops, I can spell.
What's her name in Teeth? Jess Wexler. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Teeth.
Yeah, Teeth is good.
Yep.
Just be careful, guys watching.
Yeah, that was teeth between the legs. Oh, we sort of mentioned her, but not what movie she was in. Jennifer Blanc Dean. So, she was in that movie Victim with Danielle Harris. She was in Dark Angel with Jessica Alba. Not Mayhem. It's a movie. movie Joe Lynch did, and it had Selma Hayek in it. I can't remember the title of it, but she was in that. What was her name in the original Candyman? The actress who played her, the main woman.
Shit, I don't know. I gotta look it up.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
BD.
Oh, Emma Bell is a good one. She was in The Walking Dead, but she's also in Adam Green's Frozen, where they're stuck up in the ski lift.
Oh, I love Frozen. Frozen is amazing.
Let It Go. Not that one. The horror Frozen. You know what would be funny is, like, you know how we God, what was the movie that they said Jack Frost or whatever, the kids movie with the horror movie, like
yeah,
the VHS where you switch Jack Frost. Well, Frozen would be a perfect one today to switch the title. If they had a VHS of Frozen, that would be funny.
The character's name or the real life person's name did you want?
Both.
The character was Helen,
yeah.
I'm not gonna Lyle, Lyle, and her real name is Virginia Madsen.
Virginia Madsen, yep.
Just Madsen.
Or Madsen, I mean.
They spelled it wrong on here, but
Julie Benz, who was in Saw 5, and she's also Darla in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Eliza Dushku from Wrong Turn. So many. Which I haven't watched the original Wrong Turn in a while. I should watch that again.
Yeah, that one's good. The first 3 are not bad. Or first one's really good. 2 and 3 is okay, but after that they get kind of
Yeah.
Because I own a 1 through 3 pack, so I got the first 3, and then I bought the new one that came out, but I don't own 4, 5, and 6. But then I heard that I think it's number 6 is getting hard to find, so I might end up just.
Well, what it is, in the 6th one, they banned the original one and then they re-released it, but there were posters in it of missing people, and they were real missing people that they used in the movie. So they got in trouble for having real missing people posters in it.
Gotcha.
And I had got it at the time when it first came out, I think. So I think I have the one where they show the scene, and then the next one they cut out the scene where they had the posters of the missing people. Yeah, we're done. We're mentioning like Rob Zombie movies and stuff. Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh yeah.
Like, hello.
Devil's people hate on her too, but I don't think she's that.
I don't think she's that bad. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, she's not the greatest scream queen of all time, but I mean, she's good for what she does, though. I mean, yeah, that's what do you expect from a Rob Zombie movie, you know? I mean,
yeah. It's like some of his movies are okay, and some of them are like, eh.
Yeah. Oh, there's Bait. I just passed by.
I love Bait. That's like one of my favorite shark movies. There's somebody went by again. Then my dog growling. I don't know if I can hear that or not, because she's not growling loud. I don't know if my mic picked that up or not.
I don't think I heard.
It was probably just a car because she just did a low growl. There was no person for her to bark at. So you should. One of these times I need to take video, but it's kind of messy by the window where she's at because she's got all her toys in a blanket. Not all her toys, but she's got a lot of toys in a blanket by the window. But when a dog goes by, she's been jumping up. And you know, she's not a big dog because she could barely see out the window because she's almost just as tall to stand on her back legs and be able to look out the living room window towards the street. And she'll see a dog and she'll just start jumping up and down. I'll be sitting in my chair and I'll just see her head just pop up over the furniture. What are you doing, you dummy?
That'd be funny to see. Zoe Bell, of course.
Oh yeah.
She was the stunt double in Kill Bill. She's in a Wild Eye movie, Freshwater, with the crocodile. Or was it Alligator Creek, Louisiana? Let's see. Oh, it's alligator, whatever. Alligator, crocodile. What was the one she was in with Kurt Russell in the car? Death Proof.
Oh yeah.
Death Proof, yeah. All of them were good in there. Although I forget the rest of the female cast of that, but they were all great in that. Massacre, Cannibal Farm. And I guess since she's going to be on next week, just mention her too. Hannah Fearman from VHS and Siren. So the weirdest thing, okay, I don't know what I saw or remember seeing. Must be like the Mandela effect, how certain people remember stuff differently.
Yeah.
Because I swear it was in VHS. I don't know what movie it is otherwise. But it wasn't. I had rewatched them and I didn't see either of the segments in it. I swear there was like, I don't know if it was an alien or a UFO one, something in the yard. And then there was like a zombie one and another one where they were going in this building and like they were being shot and killed. I don't know. There was like some weird ones that I remember, or I could have sworn they were part of VHS. And those stories weren't on there. I'm like, okay, I don't know what other movie it could have been. Anthology. Did you
watch both of, like rewatch both? And they're like 2 or 3. And then there's 1994, but that one's new.
See, well, isn't that isn't that?
Or is it just called 94? I'm not sure. Let me see.
I thought there was just 2 of them, and then the 94.
It could be. I might not be remembering things.
Well, it's weird though. I could have sworn there was.
Oh, there's one called Viral, and there's VHS 2. There's one called VHS Viral, and then there's VHS 94, which that just came out last year.
Right. Okay, so maybe because I think the one that I saw was VHS and then Viral. I don't think I watched the second one. Maybe in the second one there's something. I don't know, but I'll have to try to find it because there were some stories that I could.
Apparently, there was another one called VHS that came out in 2018. I don't know if they're connected or not. But I'm looking on IMDb right now.
But it's weird. I swear there were certain stories in there that weren't there, and I'm like, but I thought they were with the stories that I saw. So I'm like, okay, that's really weird. I don't know, but. Okay, so there is a 2 and then Viral. Maybe the one I watched was Viral. 2 didn't show up. So I'll have to try to watch the second one again. That's right. So there's 4 of them that are out. VHS, the 2, Viral's the 3rd one, and then the 94.
Yeah, I haven't got to see 94 looks really good, but I haven't seen it. Well, that's weird. Okay. I went to the wrong tab and it was just like a frozen picture of you, me, and John. And it was just like our faces were frozen in like weird positions. I was like, "What?" Because I had the YouTube tab pulled up so I can put the links in earlier.
Right.
So it was like really weird. I was like, what is that?
So who else we got?
Never mind. I keep forgetting to screen record on how to make these tabs like ahead of time. One of these times I need to get my ass over here and do that. I got an unboxing to do too, but it's just so hard to go live right now or record unless I go upstairs.
Oh, the girl in Better Watch Out, Olivia, I don't know how to say her last name, DeJong, Jonge Delange. I don't know. She was really good. If you haven't seen Better Watch Out, that's a good one. Good Christmas one.
Yeah, I bought that when it first came out to disc, but I was disappointed at first because they played it off as like a Home Alone type horror movie.
Yeah.
And I was really expecting that kind of energy, and there was like, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
That type of horror movie. So I was disappointed with it at first, but once I got over that, I started liking it better. Because if I would not had that mindset, oh, this is what it's going to be, because that's what they was advertising it to be, and I was like, this is not what this is, and so I ended up liking it better. But it's like, hell, I bought it. I'm not getting rid of it, so I'm not gonna make my money back if I get rid of it.
Exactly. Christina Ricci.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, it is on there. Okay. VHS 2 is on Tubi. Okay. Well, I wonder why it didn't come up when I typed it before. The first VHS I watched on something else. I'll have to go back and watch the second one. Searching for a missing student, private investigators discover a pile of videotapes. That's all it says. I know it's an anthology that way, but I'll have to see. Because I think I watched the first one and then I skipped the second one. So maybe the stories that I thought I had seen. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes you ever like watch something and like fall asleep and you hear it and then you like dream it as you're like watching it or something. You ever get it?
I'm in and out of sleep, but once I'm out, I can't hear shit. I can't hear my alarm. I can't hear nothing. I know.
It's weird. Like I've watched stuff and like I guess I hear it and dream that I watched it, but it has nothing to. I don't know. It's weird. It's like I guess it's playing.
I get it. It's just like once I'm out, I'm out. I mean, there could be a fire alarm going off and I'd be dead because I don't hear shit. It'd have to be extremely loud. It's like I took a nap the other day and like they play the tornado sirens. Like the first part of the month, so to get them used to hearing them or get them in use, so you know that they're working. Right. I took a nap the other day and I didn't hear them go off. and the siren comes from right across the street. I did not hear that.
Yeah, so you weren't taking a nap; you were taking a coma.
Yeah, that's basically how I sleep. I cannot hear. He has to wake me up because I sleep through my alarms. So, yeah. Either him or the dog. And the dog gets mad because I don't hear her barking usually. She's gotten to the point, you see those videos where huskies or other dogs are on top of you and push with their paws? She does that. She gets up on the bed and pushes me with her paws.
Trying to wake you up. Try to resuscitate you. Breathe. Clear.
Yeah. She jumps up because she don't sleep with me. She's always been welcome to get out of bed, but she won't get up there unless she wants me up. And then she'll get up and she'll bark and I don't answer her, and then she'll just start pushing on me with her paws.
It's funny. Dogs are funny.
Motion detected at the front door.
Oh, there goes the detection again. I can't believe I totally forgot her until I was scrolling through. Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser 1 and 2, of course.
Oh yeah.
Hellraiser's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first two, and well, some of them are kind of after that. Doug Bradley's the best Pinhead.
Oh yeah, definitely. The only other one I have not seen, well, I've seen Judgment, but I don't remember what the other one's called. But I haven't seen that. I was just so disappointed with Judgment because I really didn't like it, but I think it was more the story. I don't know, but I know there was a lot of scenes that just made me like physically just sick because I was just like, it was just so gross, and it wasn't like gore related. It was just like, I'll call it the puking aspect of it. I'll call it, that's probably the best way I can describe it without like giving away what it is. It was just so gross. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, nah, I don't want to watch this. But the one, I'll call him a Cenobite, that's in that, he's like the interviewer. I liked him, but that's like literally the only thing about that movie I liked. And the rest of the movie, I can't deal with it. It's just too gross. And it's not even gory gross. It's just vomit gross.
Yeah.
And I never seen the other one. I don't remember what it's called, but I had never seen that one.
I forget the other ones right offhand. Isn't there something Hellraiser Dimension? Something Dimension is one title. I forget.
Maybe it might have been that one that I haven't seen. I know for sure I've seen Judgment, but I don't remember what the other one had a title like Judgment, but I don't remember what it was called.
What's her name from Gremlins? Phoebe Kate.
Oh yeah,
Gremlins is always a good one to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And also from Halloween, we did mention Scout and them, but we left out Kristen Clee. She's done a few different ones too.
I don't remember. Did we mention PJ Souls?
Yeah, totally. We totally did.
We need to reach out to her. That's right.
It's a horror comedy, but Yoga Hosers, Johnny Depp's
Yoga Hosers. I love that movie.
Okay. So, yeah, Lily Rose Depp and Harlequin Smith. They were great.
Yes. I'm not very fond of the movie Tusk. I will admit that. I do own it. I'm not super fond of that movie, but Yoga Hosers I absolutely love. I mean, Tusk is and the reason because they are technically connected. So, but yeah, I really like Yoga Hosers. That's hilarious and so much better, in my opinion, than Tusk. But Tusk wasn't meant to be funny.
No, it wasn't.
But Yoga Hosers was.
I found the Hellraiser one, Revelations.
Yeah, Revelations, yeah. I've not seen that one, so I can't give an opinion, but since I was so disappointed and like grossed out by Judgment, I didn't try.
Yeah. Have you seen Repo, the Genetic Opera?
I think I have, but if I have, I don't really remember it.
Sarah Brightman is in it. Anthony Stewart Head, he's the Repo Man. Bill Moseley is in it.
Nice.
Ogre, however you say his name, from Skinny Puppy, he's in it. But yeah, Alexa Vega from Spy Kids is in it. She did a really good job. She plays the daughter. It was interesting seeing Sarah Brightman in a horror movie, a horror musical. But that's on Tubi also.
Yeah, I know of it, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just don't remember it. But so I'll just say I haven't seen it because I don't really remember it, but I know of it.
Linda Hamilton, Children of the Corn.
Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I didn't see that up there. I just totally thought of, oh yeah, Children of the Corn, Linda Hamilton.
It'll be in effect until March 6th, 2 a.m. CST.
March 6th. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, so what about March 6th now? What did it say?
We're under a severe thunderstorm watch until March 6th. So I guess till tomorrow. We must have more storms coming.
Fun. George,
March 6th.
What was that?
So Aaron, he just types March 6th.
Oh, okay. Jordan Ladd is the one. She's in a movie called Grace. She was also, I think she was also in Death Proof. Also, she was one of them. Yeah, she's done a bunch of different ones.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of getting late. What are we up to? Over 2.5 hours. I think we've covered a lot, though. I think.
Yeah.
So. Oh, you know how we were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre? We didn't say Jessica Biel, though. We didn't mention her.
I forgot about her.
Yeah, she's probably the
That's
last.
like literally the only one I've seen in the theater too.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned a lot. good. So, oh, and I've reached the end of the 1016 horror movies. So, oh, Aaron's going. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
But it's like, oh yeah, when Aaron leaves, we know it's time because he always sticks around. It's like a cue for us to end when Aaron leaves. It's like, oh yeah.
I gotta make my food. It's almost 9:00. I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's after 9 here. It's almost 10 here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing some
more.
work.
8:38. So I'm assuming it's 9:38 for you.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, like I already said earlier, Hannah Fear next week, the Siren. So that'll be fun. So tune in for that, and yeah, we'll have some more announcements hopefully later on our page too, and of course I'll always put it up on YouTube and everything. So that's it. So thanks for watching the replay, listen to Spotify if you just listen to us, whatever. Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
I'll have it edited and put up sometime next week whenever I get around to it. I'm really bad at having a set date, but I try to get to it.
Well, within the week, it's fine, whatever.
Right. Sometimes I get to it right away, and sometimes it's not till like the end of the week. It just kind of depends.
It's like, let it get its views on YouTube before it gets
right. Well, yeah, definitely. Which like I always put in the description, because I cut out just the interviews when we had interviews. I'll cut out certain sections or whatever. I was like, full episodes are on your channel.
Unedited version.
Yeah, that's why I put full episodes are on there, and this is just the edited, cut down version. So if you just want to listen to this, it's here. Yeah. If not, because I'll edit it down and whatnot, I'll cut out like dead spaces, or I'll cut out if it's just an interview and we talk for like an hour afterwards, I'll cut out at the interview and I'll leave like us just talking.
Yeah,
I'll leave that to just your content and whatnot. So
yep. Or if you're listening to the replay, check us live next time, and whenever it's live, it's on when it's live. So that's the best time to watch.
Right.
All right, well, enjoy your dinner, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this. So have a good night, and see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.